Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Summer
Oh,
Splash number 5. It's the 5th iteration here, folks. My name is Nerds. I'm here with Kevin, and we are going to be the voices here today for some Valorant action. If you're just tuning in, that's a surprise. I mean, we are as well. This is the Valorant segment of Summer Splash brought to you by Turtle Beach. So stay tuned as we're going to be getting into lobby. But before I do that, let's have a vibe check here. Kevin, how are we feeling?
you know what, nerds? Honestly, super excited to be here. I mean, yeah, I'm just here to just see all the games, make sure everything runs well, and honestly, just looking at the teams, pretty excited to see what we have. I mean, do
Oh,
we
yeah.
have any like talent call on like the first team? Like, do we know anything about
Literally
them?
no clue. So we have a round robin group stage, which means that we're going to have 2 water games into a third one where things are going to matter. Now, round robin does entail the fact that it is going to be a head-to-head for all of these teams and folks. And because we don't know much about them, it is a bunch of blank slates going up against blank slates. But when those slates collab, they are going to have abrasions, obtusions, and whatever kind of synonyms you want for scratches on those blank slates, which will hopefully paint a different picture once they start getting into the later rounds of this round robin. So we're going to be getting straight into the games, hopefully, unless production has lied to me. But we have Lotus as the first one. Yes. How are we feeling about Lotus? I have my opinions on it, but I want to hear yours first.
What do you want to hear? Like, are we talking like comps, like
Oh,
specific
everything.
agents?
Give it all.
Everything. Okay.
I'm a glutton for all this info. Give it.
I mean, I feel like Breach. If you really want to run Breach, you have to run 2 innings. I just don't think
Ooh,
Breach
really?
so any. Yes, I mean, yes, you have your stuns and your flashes, but I don't think it's enough. I feel like having just another for info. So, like, just having another like dedicated info, like, a player is just so helpful for me. I don't know.
I
What do you
can
think?
understand that. I can fully respect that. More than that, though, it seems like the players are going to be getting ready soon. So we're going to be getting into the lobby shortly here in about, 1 or 2 minutes. But before we do that, you got to always give a shout out to the people who make these things possible.
Yes,
Turtle Beach, baby. You ever heard that one song? I don't know, there might be a lot of Auto fans, but I'm an Auto fan. They have a Take Me to the Beach. What about Turtle Beach here? Because they are the ones that are bringing the prizing here for Summer Splash Valorant. So you always got to give a nod to them, as well as our other sponsors that make the rest of Summer Splash such a banger. But other than that, you just got to give a nod to the ones that make us run here for Valorant, because Valorant's my favorite, right? I can't lie. I love Valorant, but as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be getting straight into Agent Select here for Lotus. And this is where you can start discussing. You were talking about Breach, talking about some other duelist roles, maybe. Let's get some of this conversation back up. Back to the main topic at hand, so to say.
Of course. I mean, yeah, Breach is, I think, super important, especially for a map taking on, like, let's say you want a defense A hit. Like, getting it is super strong. And then, personally, as a Sentinel player, Vice is super strong, as you see it, but it looks like 5 Sages over here. I mean, personally, having the wall could be strong, but honestly, I would have just opted for like a Killjoy Vice here.
Listen, we talk about blank slates and not really knowing what's going on. For Team A, they're literally called Team A. So the fact that they're legitimately going for 5 Sages. Yeah, no, that tracks. Yeah, sure, makes sense. Good for me. On the flip side, like you were mentioning, Vise, you're talking about that Sentinel pick. I think that's a great call to have. The flashes plus the active ability to go out and take space and fight and control, especially if you do want to get aggressive on the defensive side, is really solid, especially on a map like Lotus, where taking extremity control as a defender is such a focal point of strategy. Although for Team A, we don't see the roulette, we actually do see the full lock, which does give us a bit more information on this roster.
Yes, I mean, having double smokes with Omen and Viper. So it looks like we're seeing a lot of lurk walls and a lot of walls just to block all the line of sights. And I'm just curious how creative these walls will be. I mean, other than like just your casual default lurk wall A, you just have so many other ways to play it. Just to like refresh smoke with Omen, and especially with Vice having a deep flash or just a flash that gets info, just like having like essentially another like sky. That's just
true.
Huge for info. I mean, especially if Vice plays C, which which
Of course, you know what's even more important? The fact that you have Yoru flashes, Vi's flashes, and Omen near sight. That does give the triple flash composition. Now, that is something that Team A is not going to have in comparison to something that Leslie University will have. So for LLU, I am starting to kind of understand, you know, maybe a little bit more team coordination out of them as we get into the pistol.
yes, I mean, just having that early aggression, just the flashes, just to clear everything. That might be enough to take off the site, especially having 4C over here.
Just gonna immediately go for mound control, but they're gonna walk straight into this double setup of not only players but the Vi's utility that's scattered around the board. This orb is gonna be another thorn in the side of Team A, as thorns legitimately get popped. So it might persuade them to not hit the C site, especially with an early rotate on from Omen. The problem is they haven't fully committed into B. They've just opened the door.
Not ready yet.
The Yoru is looking over towards A. I mean, they just had barely spotted the Yoru, and we got the first pick. Defenders, Leslie University getting the first pick on the Yoru, just cleaning him out.
As always, right? It's just the pistol.
Of course, getting that first pick is insane.
Either way, we're just gonna walk up in here, Mystic. Gonna take a bit of control here. Again, since they lost that Yoru towards the A site, they now have to figure out in the mid round which way they're going to try to go. Zoo spots out one through just barely a gap in this smoke. And that's actually really solid because Zoo knows to be in this position. He hopefully catches one, doesn't get them. Now numbers equal. Out on the site. Retro gets it. Good, clean fights. That's the spike out of commission. So now, if they fight for control of this spike, it should be a lock on here. Thankfully, it has been recovered. Now, hopefully they can recover into the C site. Oh, but the timing. Wait, Bubble not only hears them, but they let them get on the site now. They're going to let them. Walking towards the corner. This timing could be crucial. Out of Bubble. Oh, the backstab on the first. Not a lock on the second. Needs to reposition. It's going to be Retro to grab them. That's the first for LLU.
I mean, Leslie University just getting that first pick off the Team A. The deep A hole just was able to get all their players out of A into B and then eventually C. Just having that first aggression is really good for them.
Fair enough, fair enough. It's going to be a classic buy around here, so we got a... Ooh!
Spike planted.
W production, by the way. A little surprise for me, even. I didn't realize we had replays here. Are we replaying Bubbles not getting the kill?
Okay.
Oh, that's dirty. That's dirty.
Alright. The second round, we're just going teammates.
Find you.
Full aggression. Is this really the play that they or forced Yoru out? I mean,
it's a defensive buy round on a map where you need to fight out for space, but they can't, considering the fact that it's a full eco. And if they do go into the eco, it's just going to be a matter of like, oh, we're just going to give guns away. So they're just playing back with better weaponry. But this also brings into question the rest of the tournament, right? Like, we're getting things started here. Some universities from different places, like Leslie University. Do you know a little bit about them, or
I do not.
Nothing yet?
I do not. I only know like a couple players from Team A. I know their Yoru, and their Yoru is really, really nice with it. I mean, he's very creative with the flashes. I've talked to him personally. Honestly, he's just like.
Hey, not the caster bias.
I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but I just know the guy.
Oh, wait a minute. That's a gun down for the team with the lower buy. It's a Guardian that's going to be recovered with a plant going down. Team A has a real good shot of swinging this back into their favor. What started off as a very passive round slowly starts to creep up, but the defensive line is there. It is the Guardian. Wait a minute, folks. Explosion living up to their name. And now for the retake here, Professor Q's on the back line. This is the Yoru you were discussing, Kong, though. Wrapping things up in a moment. What is happening here? Out of the muck, out of the chaos, a Guardian recovered, a hero play needs to come through, and somehow Leslie University rights the wrongs that happened. Like, for context, you'd expect the team with better weapons to win.
Exactly.
And yet, they don't.
One enemy remaining. Last player.
His last bullet hits the 1-2. I mean, that's pretty fast. but it was looking really close for Leslie. Teammate, I think teammate still did a really good job. I mean, Kang just doesn't have enough armor, so they'll be broke going into this round.
I mean, I'm not sure what did they buy? Oh, there we go. Touch late, but it's all right. We have the information gained here because Kong does go for another Guardian. Now, we saw a scrappy buy out of Team A do somewhat decently. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Leslie does the same. Look at how much forward space we have towards A.
I don't know if this is...
I mean, they have to get out here, right? They have the lesser weaponry. Kong is going to start to feel that pressure and understand that they really can't fight for this. Plus, the gate crash for the defensive Yoru has been timed out. Has no get-out-of-jail-free cards. They're both going to fall immediately. And now, it's Leslie University crumbling onto that third round, especially after what we saw previously, where Leslie University had to bring things back up. It's surprising to see that Leslie was just, you know, unable to convert the bonus. But at the end of the day, when you only have one player alive, it makes sense. The whole point of the bonus is to convert with as much weaponry.
I mean, the King did do a 1v3. You can't lie that there is a small, very minuscule chance of this happening.
Over under 2 kills right here. I'd say it's going to be 2. Couldn't get the second. Could not get the second.
I mean, just Russian A.
I'll take
just
point.
trying to chip off as much damage as they can for Leslie. Is this something that they want to reconsider, maybe? I mean, Team A looked like they just wanted to regroup and fight all of A there. Something that it was a pattern too, especially during the pistol round. I did see the Euro try to fight the teammate solo, but didn't expect the forward push. So maybe they'll try to adapt around that and play heavy here.
I mean, if they go for a heavy push A, like you're saying, it's got to be here and now with the 3 stack posted up here. Paranoia combo looks like it's already set pop, but it just seems like a little bit of a rush job here. Needs to flash as a counter utility. Makes sense. You're going to be pressured. You pressure them back as they do walk up towards the A site. But considering we have 2 lagging B, it might also be a B split here with just an A aggressive, just like shouts to see if they can get something. Azo going to be tested. A rises up to the challenge here. Summer finals were on the corner, and it seems like Azo is here. The 3K found at the perfect timing. And they needed that here for Leslie University, especially after the previous round where they couldn't maintain. Professor Q, though, gonna say, hey, we talked about finals. Make sure you get all your credits submitted here, because if you don't, the professor's gonna come and find you. Now it's a way, it's still uneven. It's really possible, especially with that recovery. Professor Q is gonna have his ultimate here.
Bubble is super aware. Yeah, Bubble heard the bomb tap or the orb tap, so he just stays.
It's gonna be on Bubble to win the fight here, 100%. And the fact that you're just waiting for the Fade to rejoin is solid here as well. Professor, waiting, tries to get the timing, but doesn't. And there it is. Bubble, the one to stop them. Bubble now being another player here that rises to the occasion for Leslie.
Wow, I mean, that ace is rough. I'm not too sure. I mean, even just fight.
Spike down A.
Super, like, well timed.
Yeah, and I don't mind what their thought process was of going for a hit into leaving people B just in case they wanted to go for a B pinch, but it just felt like, again, undefined of what they wanted to do, and that became a problem.
I'll try it.
Time to jump.
I'll try C here with the production, missing the cams.
All good, though. Look at this walk-up underscore as the flash up. Wait, that positioning is so interesting. It doesn't even matter as they just get run through. And again, one of the biggest strengths for Team A has been their frontal assaults. When they go for a spearhead hit onto a site, they truly shine.
I mean, just that Euro just cleared out mound.
Last player standing.
Leaves just one. Bubble rose to the occasion last time, but not going to be able to do it this time. Gets the consolation, but Mystic grabs the 3.
Whew. I mean, teammates clearing that out. If they did not clear out, I mean, underscore just... That flash from underscore really looks scary.
I think it was mainly off of that Your World that Professor Q had, because they managed to turn it up so fast it allowed them to really just full bull rush into it.
Yeah, and you can even see that he ulted super, like, he ulted off, like, after the second pick. He was confident that site was clear. I mean, just after those 2 picks, it was just over for Lucky University.
Yeah, they weren't really fearful of the stack, and I think there's just a good amount of game sense in the read of like, okay, they're probably only going to leave 2 here. This fight just looking rather rough, and this is a buy here for the defensive side, so considering that they did go for some weaponry here, if they don't win this, it's going to start looking a bit rough. Now, to regroup maybe towards the A site, considering that there's this big ultimate in your face and Underscore needs to get out.
Science free. Still got though.
Spike planted.
In the Vice pick or just anything really. Vice is aware though.
Oh, from the sideline. It's gonna fall. It's just a 2 for 1, 2-2 down, 2 for LLU. Up in the air. You're found here. Azo just a buck. He can't win it out. Team A locks it in, gets the 3-3 here, and it's a pretty even scoreline. We had 2s, now we have 2 teams with the same scoreline. What are these motifs?
Oh my, I mean, just getting that lurk up B, just Cypher's taking his time very slowly. You could see him just waiting, going with the swing too, getting the 2 before he trades out. So fast.
Ah, these ultimates. Wait, look at the ultimates that we're going to be having here, right? Underscore's going to be close to theirs. We already have the... I mean, honestly, there's going to be a lot of stuff here on the line. I mean, from the shadows, this is going to be the craziest, but I'm more thinking of like the Viper's Pit and Steel Garden. They're not going to be able to use it, considering that they're on an eco buy this round, Kevin. But at the end of the day, hopefully we're seeing a 4-4 out of the side of the defense. For Team A specifically, they need to counter that, right? They need a really decisive victory here, and probably maybe even farm some orbs of their own on this attacking side so they can contend with the ultimate charges that we see on LLU.
No charges.
Just getting this response from Leslie from the 3. I'm just pretty curious how they get it. It's just a guess.
It's just working the map, it seems, honestly, more than anything. Yeah, hopefully we can see a stop, but for the defensive line, it's just going to be up to Retro here, trying to find some lucky picks. Peeks back out and does not grab much. Again, the top... it is what it is on the defensive side, right? They are on an eco. So Professor just going for the side pinch here just to get some more value. Gonna grab the orb after Explosion takes the fight. They do go for the orb and the plant. That's what I was saying, right? They're really making sure they get their ultimates.
I think, I mean, I don't fault Leslie University for having that full push B. I think that was a good call, but I think I was more aware of that. And now looking at who's playing, I might remember seeing it from somewhere. I might know a few of them.
In your ranked games, do they come on through?
I played with like I think I might have played against Cinia. I can't remember. Just now.
Okay, that's fair enough. But again, this is the round that I was discussing. Team A needs to try and contend with them. They were close to some ultimates. And on the attacking side, they might even want to bait one out of LLU, considering that this should be a very important round for LLU to win.
Yes, this is the round where you shoot 3 ults.
And look at the fast regroup on A. If TA can bait out one of this, maybe even go for this empty B site, this becomes rather dubious, but they have not baited anything out just yet. Yoru gonna set up into this Professor Q, taking that forward space. Toxic Screen down as well. Underscore popping the ultimate. Professor gonna pick up another. It's just gonna be Underscore. He needs to be the hero here. Gets full info. Aki gonna play advantage off of it. Zuha taking even more space as a result of it. Underscore out of the dimensional drift. Can't do much. TA is going to convert, and that was such an important round. LLU not winning that is going to put them in a bad spot for the rest of the half.
I mean, you can't lie. Cinia with the work up there, being able to pick up 1 on B. Most of these rounds, I mean, regardless if it's an eco, just opening up B, like Viper would have been able to walk up, but instead just has to back away. Getting that pick B is like really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's super important to be mindful of alt's economy and all of the, trajectories here. But it's, again, another eco. LLU going to try and pull it out. TP's up into it off of a really nice flash. I liked it. but unfortunately does not find out. Dude, honestly, and the hero rifle is just being pressured out as well. Because I think they figured out that Omen's the one with the hero rifle, so they're just trying to bully them. But this might be an overextension out of Professor Q. If they lose this fight, it is rough. Okay, there we go. Just TP's out.
Just painting the stage.
just TP's out. Explosion on a tear for the 3. Just farming ecos here. The 4th found.
Planted.
He's hungry for an
Explosion,
ace. I mean, at the end of the point, I mean, they're just literally letting him take it, bro.
The ace, I mean, come on. Had to take over that round.
Yoru having a grand old time
No
here.
charges.
I mean, yeah, we love farming eco aces here. The only benefit for Team A is the fact that they're going to have their ultimate.
Yes, I mean, maybe
Cutting
what
through.
would they consider just like a retake on A? Because C is so open. I don't know. Try to fight C, maybe.
At the end of the day, Team A is just doing such a good job of bullying out the way that LLU likes to play. I do not mind this B push because it's
There.
going to give them a lot of information on where this team is heading, and they can even go for a potential pinch if they want to rotate.
Face your
Just
fear!
having Cypher walk up for free like this.
Bring them down.
Gonna be an A retake. Ooh, Kong gets a
Spike
nice
down
double
A.
on the hold. And that's gonna open them up for a lot of
My ult's
success.
ready.
Unfortunately, it's immediately brought back down to a 3-3. TA gonna invest in ultimate here to grab the spike back. They're already getting pressured off. Bubbles spots some information. Is Professor gonna go for this fight with a... He's not. Bamboozling me as well as the observers here, I guess.
Gotta scare him off just a little bit.
I guess so. Mystic is going to be the one who needs to take the stand here. That is definitely a clone, but you got to always check it after some of those weird TikTok clips. But look at how disjointed TA is, as well as LLU.
30 seconds left.
This is a matter of whoever
Last
finds that
player
first fight and
standing.
wins it. And Underscore is going to
Spike
be the one to
down
do
A.
so. Now, all on Mystic's shoulders with 20 seconds on the board. That drop of a gun should alert Professor Q, sorry, Underscore here. Jumps out, spots them, knows the position, and it's a matter of waiting for Bubbles to walk up and swing together.
Don't do it at all.
Yes, I mean, Professor Q, I mean, even with the flash, slow down Bubble just a little bit. It looked like Mystic was super confident there, getting this, almost getting 2. So, what can they do?
I mean, what they did there was, for LLU, was pretty solid, just holding on the site instead of going for an aggressive fight.
Yeah, I know. I think Leslie just needs to just deny the space for free. I mean, especially with the heavy pushes or with the.
I'll find you. Marked one.
Ooh, there's going to be a big fight here. Ultimate already being teased out of Kong. It's a matter of how well they can settle into this rubble control. Spots them, TP's out. This ultimate needs to be invested by Kong, otherwise they're going to be pressured so fast. And with the near sight, they feel it, but they have not used it. It means they're playing for retake for all of the sites here. Now, retake did work for them last time. So should it work here? I'll have to hope and see. Look at this walk up out of Viper as well.
Oh, just look at Team A. No, scrambling. Oh,
Does
no.
not get value at all. Does not play their life at all. No, you can get back and play numbers, but no. We got to get aggressive here, and that might be the win condition for Team A, unironically. Because if they pressure into Bubbles here and take Bubbles out before the Steel Garden can get popped for the retake, it's doable. Bubbles needs to pop this early. That's going to stall it out. That was a really good play because they're going A. They've never wanted to go C.
30 seconds left.
That's that Vice stall did stall him, but I don't like those like full rotate. Maybe I should have stayed.
That was just a really good fake out of Team A. The fact that they managed to pressure them out. It was as a result of the fact that it's a 4v4, and on the defensive line it's harder. Kong popping in an early Nightfall as well is gonna give some of that early fight pressure onto Team A. But with Team A getting the plant, it is a matter of catching timings. Speaking of, Akia is not here. They have just been
One
taken
enemy
down,
remaining.
and with Retro on a tear. It's just going to be even more solid stuff out of LLU.
Retro is just getting hit 3. I like to say Team A did a real good job in getting a fake. Like, just selling it just really well. Just see. Is that a Omen 2? Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, Omen didn't stop the Yoru, right? So.
I don't think so.
Yeah, or
Now
so
we wait.
Omen just
Launching force.
had a report when he saw the result. Didn't see their Yoru, so that was okay.
I'm just saying. The fact that Azuha pushed up and they still won was awesome, considering the fact that TA managed to bait out LLU's ult. So they had a pretty solid setup towards the A site that just faltered really fast. Oh, Sun gonna play into the smoke, but unfortunately, the luck is not on your side here to be sneaky. Wall's gonna get tripped, so you know that there's a little bit of pressure on the B site, but with this door opening and with the spike not committed, they are doing the right thing by leaving Yoru inserted A and the rest of the roster spread. And it looks like a C pop. Oh.
Not with the Viper, but no. I mean, if they exploded just a little faster.
Where are you?
Still doable towards the B site, though. We're gonna immediately get into it. Retro gonna be smoked out. No! Catches a timing, but can't capitalize. Professor Q now gonna stay alive into it. Underscore doubles up on the utility. Can't find much, but gets one through the spray. Good positioning is there. TP's back up heaven to go for another re-aggressive fight in a different angle. Mystic, though, gonna be smart enough, and this is a fight for 7-5. But LLU is not gonna give it up. They want the even score line, but it's again up to Mystic. Needs to be the hero. Can you do it? It's not there. It's just not there. Oh, and it looked so tight. It looked so close. But no, 6-6 on the board, a blank slate going into the second half.
I really liked what Team A did, though. I mean, just getting that upper aggression.
One enemy remaining.
Pick, but just for the bubble, just had that in. Especially with Akai, just didn't tap and optimistic, especially it's just so hard. Just playing very safe.
And you really just need a hero play there, no?
What do you think Leslie University should do when they attack? Should they just...
I think we are not coaches, and therefore we do not say stuff like that. But I think that this has been a pretty interesting game so far, right? We've had a lot of dichotomy between these two teams, especially on a 4-player tear. Now, for some reason, we tear through the map's geometry and see through the walls. I didn't know that Valorant coded that in, but still, regardless. Little shout to the production. Shift in any number is going to give you a really nice view of a player overhead, so try that. And for anyone in the chat, learning about production here with Nerdscast. All right, back to the game. Seems like it's going to be a 3-1-1 with a bit of B pressure. I like this pop towards C because it's going to pressure out the Cypher. I mean, if you are on the attacking side, you expect the Sentinel setup there already. It's going to leave A bit vulnerable. Professor Q, the last line of defense here, gets spotted out, catching the timing, but not able to capitalize. The story of Professor Q needs to dance around here. Bullets reloaded. What the heck? Q's able to do it, and that's why he's the professor, knows how to teach them. Retro gonna go down to Aki. This pistol has started to heat up. Normally I don't get hyped for them, but Professor staying alive in a situation where they shouldn't have, and getting the 4K. Oh my god. At least this ace is more entertaining than the one we saw previously, because Professor Q was dead to rights. Like, let's be real. You're being surrounded and swarmed by 3 players with utility. The fact that Professor Q was able to live is not only a miracle, but beyond a hero play. Truly a Herculean task.
Spike down A.
The 2 there.
I mean, it's just Stormtrooper aim for the enemy, isn't it?
One enemy
Yeah,
remaining.
just scrambling to get that guy off. Jumping. Confident.
You know, I have no words. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I said, it was a Herculean task. He was dead to rights there, and this entire round just becomes a matter of like, well, Team A is off of that going to just get themselves 2 rounds up. Oh,
Instant trade.
They can recover this Bulldog. Professor Q's gonna get another though. Last time we saw a Bulldog recovered, it wasn't much. So, can't get her hopes up here. And honestly, for TA, this is a very solid start, all things considered. Because they managed to do stuff like this, And because they managed to get the 8th here, and because of the ace, look at who already has their ultimate.
That's a Q. Already, and with the judge this round.
No.
Very deadly. Could be for a retake or just even getting space.
Yeah, and if they convert the
Gun
bonus,
here.
that does
Yeah.
mean a lot for for Team A.
Exactly. Getting a 3-round lead.
My ult's ready.
Let's see. With the your ult. But going C with Leslie University. Mystic has to get it like an early pick, surely, right? With the outlaw. It's all up to him.
Taps.
Blocking sight.
Mystic doesn't grab much. Needs to get out of dodge. Now you're playing ahead of the Cypher setup, so it might be a bait so they think that there is no Cypher setup. But look at Professor Q. What is he up to? Does not have to. You know, at this time, like last time, he was doing magical work. This time, all is right in the universe, and RNG has been restored. If you roll a d20, you get 1 in 20 chances, not this 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20 shenanigans we saw
Gotta
earlier with
roll a
Professor
1
Q.
eventually.
Truly.
And then now, I think he just should have done it when the site happened. Just didn't miss it.
I can't disagree. Now it's gonna be a look towards the B site that Aki was aware of. Like, you heard the pressure, you felt it, but you just did not have the game sense in the moment.
Spike planted.
Now for Team A, right? They had an ultimate, they had weaponry, they had so much going for them that they just squandered on a potential gamble. And when you gamble, you have the risk of ruin here. Sinna gonna try to get some value and gets
Last
at least
player
one.
standing.
Immediately pressured off. Kong takes down their counterpart in Explosion, and now Team A is left to just one. Sinna picking up a weaker weapon, not realizing much, does not get the value that they wanted. You always want to take down at least 3 players in your bonus.
I think Professor Q could have converted into 1 or 2, but just the waste of potential there. Really
this is a nice
turned around into the B hit.
Yeah, I don't disagree, right? You have such an insane high-value ultimate in terms of reconnaissance, and it gets popped immediately on a gamble because they thought it was a potential A fight, and they did clear out a lot of space, but not TPing back and playing your life on an eco is just not worth it, I think. And we have a fight out towards the A site. Mystic ready up and goes for it. Retro gonna punish as a result, and this could be a nice little even score here. Professor Q, though, not allowing them to do so. Has some info and has a read, but cannot get a body here just yet. Oh, this player in... Okay. I was going to say, Azuha, I feel bad for them because this player down towards B is just looking a little lost.
Maybe a little too early on the flank. He just has to wait for the team to lock up. Take some other space. C,
Time to jump.
No one on C, not even trip or C. So it's just a ham. Allows them to just walk up into A. They're leaning towards A. I mean, I just have to play the waiting game. Both teammates.
Matter of who's going to peek first, right? Who's going to peek first? And who's going to go down first? Aki is just waiting. Calling the bluff. Ong, though, hoping for a rotate, gets the pick regardless, and sometimes it's an FPS game. Kong just gonna swing again, and this was the star player of the previous half
30
for the side of
seconds
LLU, so I'm not surprised that it works. Bubble, though, stopped by Explosion.
down.
It's the counterpart. Kong,
One enemy
unable to
remaining.
capitalize. It is LLU faltering, especially after Kong showing some impressive heroics, down to just one player. 10 seconds by the time I'm done with this, and not much hope.
The response from Team A. Really, I mean, Explosion, especially with that last-minute pick on the bomb. The planner just allowed them to
30
just
seconds
fight
left.
for it. Easy. Need to walk
Spike down A. One enemy
My
remaining.
ultimate is ready.
Picture perfect.
Back to another broken buy here for the defensive line. I mean, they have a Stinger, a classic, 2 rifles, and an Odin.
Cutting through.
But on the flip side, it isn't much better. It's 3 rifles, a Stinger, and a Sheriff. So a pistol, an SMG, and 2 rifles versus a LMG, SMG, classic, and 2 rifles.
Your fear!
Oh my golly. What kind of chaos? What Jack in the Box did we open here? A little bum kind of action here as the A site just gets opened up entirely. Professor Q getting out of there is so intelligent considering that the pressure you're going to have. Calling the defensive pinch here is even more impressive out of LLU's backline defense. Azua gets another, who has clearly become somewhat of an important figure on this roster within the moment. Team A, though, just crumbles, and considering they've had such good early successes, the question becomes, what happened with that retake? I mean, they didn't have any big ultimates, I guess. They played off of Team A's ultimate, so it seems like they just lost the gunfights.
Yeah, I think the flanks just... I mean, especially with the trade as well, but... I felt like Sinia could have just slowed down, traded, like, or, like, walked up and tried to get the...
I love production, just in general. You guys try the shift and then a number of one of the players. Do it. Trust. Do it right now. Like, do it when they walk out into rubble. Trust. No, when they walk out into rubble, because otherwise you're gonna see some not appropriate. There we go. Yeah, now we get to we're learning production while Azuha is learning how to take fights. Explosion gonna get another one. Can we switch to 8? Can we switch to the players? We need to switch to them. Mystic got an amazing kill we didn't get to see, but it's all right here. We're educating ourselves here. The best part of Summer Splash. Professor now reclaiming another. This defensive team is, by the way, having a very impressive round through all of the chaos. The defensive team had no weaponry, and they managed to fight off 2, now putting it into a 2v4 with 2 power ultimates on both sides. Kong, though, now resetting, has the timing and the positioning, spots no one, understands he has the backstack, gets one, doesn't get the second until a little too late, but still, it's now down to a 2-2.
One enemy remaining.
And they're just ignoring this player. Bubbles on the site gets taken. Professor Q is there. It's not planted for you. What in the chaos of a round is this? He's gonna take it and win. He's not. I don't know what's going on in this Mickey Mouse game, but for some reason, this funhouse of chaos just keeps growing. How did the attack side win that?
There's an actual world where sticks that and it is not the one finding it.
That's the right play. That's why I'm losing my mind here.
He was ready. He did not hesitate.
Have you ever hit a super effective move against a Geodude and then there's just 30 on the board? That's what we just witnessed. Professor Q gets a goddamn. This game is not real, bro. How does he have an op considering that they lost the previous round? They're buying into. Is that a glass cannon op? Underscore manages to get out again. University now somehow has 3 players to the 5. Yet I still feel like they're gonna lose. Underscore is gonna pick up 1. And I finally need to give Kevin some time to speak because I've just been yappatroning here because I'm losing my mind.
How confident are they to beat TPC? Just like the wonders.
Honestly, do it.
Do it for the memes.
No, it's just considering the fact that LLU has been such a good team in terms of hyper aggression and taking fights, right? Especially when you come to individual prowesses on both Yorus, they're extremely solid in terms of not only aim, but just having solid game sense. So if he feels like he can catch the timing, I think Underscore goes for it because it probably draws the rotate of the Professor Q of defensive Yoru.
The teammate just like hesitating just a little bit, just enough for University to walk in.
Okay, but Explosion, though, having the game sense to be like, all right, no one broke it, but I'm still going to stick around for enough time considering that Team A does have numbers advantage here. They're definitely playing to that. Professor Q on the 3K. This will be a much more impressive ace if found. Flash comes through out of position, though, and that disruption is going to give LLU the time. And remember what I said 20 seconds earlier. How is LLU going to win this? I knew they were going to, because they've just been pulling, you know, it's like a rabbit out of a magical hat every single time. You just see another one pop out. Aki needs to be the defender, the one to break the curse of this magic seal. But unfortunately, the Mad Hatter's just a little too strong, and I'm just seeing rabbits.
Just pulling all the lurks from CFB. I kind of just not like enough. It's just
I'm not gonna lie, this game has devolved into chaos ever since we did the whole production bit where I was like, hey, let's try do the shift buttons, which by the way, they haven't done that again.
Dude,
And the times that they see the problem is the funniest problem is I know all of the production. Okay, they can't go, but I feel like if someone gave them a like in and out menu and they started drawing on it, they wouldn't be able to know how to like fill it in correctly. Like, oh, this is chaotic. As to get out of the round robin stage here. Explosion needs to be the line of defense here on the board, but realistically, what can they do? Not much, just trades back and forth here.
Yeah, nice.
Spike planted.
Free real estate.
Welcome to my world.
So, just for context, I know all of the positions of the free cams, so I'm just used to be like, oh yeah, when they go out to a rubble or when they do something like that. But I forgot that some of them are just not good. Some of them are just
Funny.
they're just not good. Some of them are just bad.
Player standing.
Was he investing the ult? I mean,
I think Mystic investing the ult is crazy. Unless he goes nuclear. Okay.
there's a world, by the way.
There is no world. There's no time. He has to find 3 people here. It'd have to be insanity. Gets onto another one, but I'm ready to see something crazy. Does not spot on a zoo. And there again, the dice rolls, and we get 10. A median of 10. You roll a d20 1,000 times, you're gonna get, you know, 1 in 20 chance for everything.
I had a small belief, honestly. I'm not a gamer.
That goes there.
I love that our production is like so good. And they're like teaching them like, yes, if their camera spots in the open, yes, 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Increasing our production quality little by little.
I mean, at this point, the real question becomes, TA needs to lock in on this defensive side. They have a Euro ultimate, they have a Neural Theft, they have these power ultimates to try and sway it back in their favor. The only thing they have to contend with is potentially the stall on the post plant with the Seal Garden.
Where is everyone hiding?
Has the ult just retake? You have Omen just to get in there too. So hopefully there's a few uses of it.
Ooh, aggressive fight here for the double duelist combo defensive line, and unfortunately, it's not gonna go in Mystic's favor. Aki, though, wants to capitalize on the trade. They need to fall back here. The fight comes through. It's the sideline. Bubbles gonna pop you. And now it's back to the 3-3 scenario. It is a bit concerning considering the opening picks went in favor of the defensive side. Explosion, though, needing to split the difference between the two. Finds the first and the second on the site. It's now Bubbles alone on it. 1v1, an honest fight. Explosion not winning it.
Seconds left.
I think you need an underhanded tactic here. Take the 2v1. Hold this line here. Bubbles knows it. Takes it. Sinna's just going to bait it out. There's the double digits for Team A.
That's exactly. Not even using that your ult. Replay here. Explosion getting the
Sniper down. One enemy remaining.
And again, their retakes towards A were pretty solid. The only time they lost a retake towards A was in a, like, insane fever dream of a round where Underscore goes for a defuse and 0.05 defuse timer pops through. And LLU win off that. LLU literally get 4 rounds off of just that victory.
I'm honestly a little scared for Team A. Like,
Cage triggered.
there were 3 people just 1 away from orb. So
Who's
yeah,
next?
Oh, wow. They're going to use that to get an entry onto the C site rather than going for something else. This information that's gained by the dimensional drift is also going to be extremely important. And gets one and manages to get out Professor Q's Unreal here. Aki is here to fall to a stinger. Mystic, though, needs to get the trade if they want it to be locked. Explosion popping an ult of their own. It's dimensional drift and Nightfall combo yet again. Explosion popping through. Professor only with a flash and a couple of bullets in hand. Whiffs it. Has to go for the knife. Manages to get it somehow, but then again, left in a 1v2. Underscore is gonna find you, and we have had unconventional weapon after unconventional weapon out of this toolbox. It is truly a mouse tool version roulette of a game. First it was an up, then it was a shorty. Whip out a knife if you
Last
want
player
it. Throw a
standing.
classic and a stinger in the mix, and you've got yourself a whole buffet of weaponry.
I'm just getting that knife kill. It was already seen enough for me, but super rough position from where Professor Q was. So going to match point with Leslie here. Just so scared to walk up. Team A just does not want to be punished.
This game has been amazing. Professor Q fake cloning, shooting the shotgun, gets out. And the thing is, Team A is losing, and they're doing this. Team A is losing, and they're doing this. By the way, just to preface,
But that damage, you can't. He did do
Oh,
damage.
of course.
Just
Oh, I love my 30 damage dealt in a round that we lose 13
he broke
10.
the armor, so you're always one shot.
Oh, did he really do that much? Okay, I didn't
Yeah,
really. Okay, he
he
did. He definitely did. Wow. Okay, yeah.
not
Underscore is
hit-
extremely low. What am I talking about?
Now they can't
I mean,
really
they're just pulling a fanatic, I think, here for LLU and just trying to go for the timings, hoping that this drew enough of a rotate because of their indecision. Cinna, though, gonna spot them. Needs to be the anchor. The TP out is the position.
30 seconds
Cinna manages to win, though, regardless. Gets another in the nick of time, though. Rises beyond the occasion. Beyond just what we need and manages to get the 4K in a really important moment.
I mean, not all heroes wear capes, but this one
Some of
wears
them wear
a really
hats.
big hat.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. This one wears a really big hat.
Oh, I love Cypher's hat. I prefer him bald sometimes,
30
but
seconds left.
I mean, had to take it off of this one.
One day,
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say,
Hitting
Cydia?
and they're
Look
not.
the clutch here.
oh, this is such a silly game because it's gonna go into overtime. It's such a silly game because I know it's like a part of me knows it's going into overtime,
Found one.
but another part of me is just like, how did this happen? Like, how did this happen to me? How did this happen to Team A? They made one mistake and that costed them. Professor Q, though, up close and personal. They're not gonna wait for the timeout on the gate crash. Underscore's just gonna win that regardless.
Portal's closed.
And I
My
know it was
ult's ready.
talking about like, haha, it's gonna be OT, but it's looking dubious. The first blood went in favor of LLU, as well as the dimensional drift to clear out the majority of the C site. They now know the position of the Cypher utility, as well as the position of the rest of this roster. They know that Sid is back site here, just waiting for a timing. What are we? Pops out of the ultimate, gives a freebie for the ultimate, and Azuha is gonna grab one on Mystic. Another pop of an ultimate as well. We see all of the util dumped, mud in the water as we try to look through it here, but the crawfish are just gonna be scrambling. Somehow, the defensive
enemy
line is able to
remaining.
get in, and it's back on Cinna being the hero consistently here. The defuse for explosion is almost guaranteeing it. It's a matter of the timings, but it's not found, and there we go. I mean, listen, I'm never wrong. I am professional commentator here. I knew we were going into
Switching
overtime,
sides.
but
Overtime.
golly, was that a real weird way to do so.
I mean, just the Yorus. Yep. Underscore just reaching out his back. Just
Spike planted.
just too much.
I mean, it's back to the rabbit theory, Kevin. You know what they say, tricks are for kids, and apparently it seems like, you know, I don't know what, I don't even know what, I could call them kids, but we're the same age, so like, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, we're on the same age.
Oh my gosh. I remember the only time I can say kids is if I'm commentating challengers, and Envy is the team that I have to talk about, bro. Last time I commentated them, I was like, Zero was just going on a goddamn tear. Oh lord.
Leslie,
Ugh.
C push this time. Will Team A read this or just?
I mean, it's overtime. We could not get higher stakes for the first map here, except for the fact that whoever wins this is gonna have to play another game anyway. This is round robin. But they really want to win it. They want to make it to day 2, and that's really what matters. Professor Q gonna take down Underscore. Orb gonna be picked up here. Professor Q being able to take down one and pick up an orb here means that they're one off their ultimate if they and somehow managed to snag another. And an ultimate like a dimensional drift can be solid. Cinna gonna pick onto another one. TA was so good at playing their attack side halves, working the map and popping onto a site. It's a matter of catching a timing off on them, which is gonna be impossible now. Mystic knows the position of King, fully cognizant. Kong now needing to play back here, just playing for the folly, considering we have two people flooding out of stairs. Azuha gonna take down Ahi. Professor Q needs to hold. To spray through the smoke. It's also been planted for Q. So his timing comes on through. Doesn't know there's one behind. Still, somehow, the defensive side wins. Dimensional drift up and active. Still. And they were playing their numbers so well here. It's leaving just Azuha with a shotgun to the face. TA is gonna take it.
I mean, if teammate ever
Switching
wants
sides.
to be answered, this
Match
is their
point.
moment. Professor Q
My
getting a
priorities
kill
are
in
set.
front of Omen. I mean, that was just so unfortunate for them.
Dude, they're close to dropping a 30 bomb here.
I mean, just carrying it on their back. Professor Q, I didn't know he was Diego. Like, we're finding their Dora, just needing.
What?
just
What?
finding the backpack. I mean,
Not.
Toxins going
You know what? Sure, we're gonna go with that for
I'll
now
run with
because
it. I
I'm
already
losing
made
it
it.
here.
I already made it. I had to run with that.
This entire game has been one silly Disney Channel special.
poisons on.
Regardless, Team A's defensive side was riddled with a little bit of strife, so I hope that they cannot carry that to continue here. It's a matter of being able to maintain the space that they built towards A. Considering that there is a bit of a stack brewing towards the A site, I'm scared for how Mystic is going to play this.
I mean, just has to get the running back, right? Just pushing his-
But listen, a one and done here is not what you want. Mystic needs to get out. And I actually really agree with this play. You do need to huddle up with a trade, right? Like if Mystic goes down here, there needs to be a trade immediately. But Explosion just a little late to the punch. And sure, they are a couple away from an ultimate of their own, but it's not going to be that useful if they can't even the numbers. LLU is now down to 2 players to the 1 of Team A. It's 3-4 on the retake.
Leslie has to pull off a swiper here. It's taking one of these rounds. I mean,
True.
with the fade aggression.
True. Fate aggression going to be equalized though, but we are going to be taking a look at underscore. But because Explosion won that out, Explosion is able to get the 3K up close and personal on the retake. It comes through. Explosion's got the 4 for you, and there it is. Team A swipe it away from LLU. Oh yeah, bro. I'm gonna hit that gritty. Imagine they get a 0.01 diffuse here just to rub it in. Listen, it was 0.05, and now we have 0.5 in terms of seconds. So, or sorry, 0.5.4 in terms of seconds. So 5 seems to be the magic number. Regardless, that was one interesting game, for lack of a better word. But regardless, I don't know if we have stats, graphics, or anything, but we will have more games coming up.
Yes.
Any closing thoughts, Kevin?
I mean, the Yoros were just dictating those rounds. It was either we go and reaching that bag of tricks too deep and pulling out a D1, or just we're pulling off prayers like it's Sunday church. I mean, what can we do? I mean, Professor Q jumping around with smokes and an op, getting picks with his and saving himself. But you also can't lie that underscore was able to save himself too with like some of the clutch rounds.
Well, while me and Kevin go to church, you guys can go and enjoy this little break. We're going to have some more Valorant action coming for you soon. Before we head on off, as always, thank you to all the sponsors, specifically Turtle Beach for providing the prizing here for Valorant. Without you guys, we wouldn't be having such a silly, fun, but also engaging round robin. So stay tuned, and we'll be back with some more Valorant action right after this break. walking towards the corner.
Spike
This
planted.
timing could be crucial. Out of bubble. Oh, the backstab on the first. Not a lock on the second. Needs to reposition. It's going to be Retro to grab them up to their name. And now for the retake here. Professor Q's on the back line. This is the Euro you were discussing, Kong, though. Wrapping things up in a moment. Just like shouts to see if they can get something. Azo gonna be tested. A rises up to the challenge here. Summer finals were on the corner, and it seems like Azo is here. The 3K.
Or just anything, really. Vice is a win, though.
Oh, from alert, Professor Q, sorry, underscore here, jumps out, spots them, knows the position, and it's a matter of waiting for Bubble to walk up.
Screen down.
Oh, just look at Team A. Scrambling.
Does
no!
not stick though. Gotta be smart enough, and this is a fight for 7-5. But LLU is not gonna give it up. They want the even score line, but it's again optimistic. Needs to be the hero. Last line of defense here. Gets spotted out, catching the timing, but not able to capitalize. The story of Professor Q needs to dance around here. Bullets reloaded. What the heck? Q's able to do it, and that's what hype for them. But Professor staying alive in a situation where they shouldn't have, and getting the 4K. Oh my god. At least this ace is more aware of the previous half for the side of LLU, so I'm not surprised that it works. Bubble, though, stopped by explosion. It's the counterpart. Kong, unable to capitalize. It is out of there is so intelligent, considering that the pressure you're going to have. Calling the defensive has the timing and the positioning. Spots no one. Understands he has the backstack. Gets one. Doesn't get the second until a little too late. But still, what in the chaos of a round is this? He's going to sneak it and win. He's not. I think Mystic investing the ult is crazy. Unless he goes nuclear. Okay.
There's a world, by the way.
There is no world. There's no time. He has to find 3 people here. It'd have to be insanity. Gets onto another. It is a bit concerning considering the opening picks went in favor of the defensive side. Explosion, though, needing to split the difference between the two. Finds the first and the second on the site. It's now Tunnel Drift and Nightfall combo yet again. Explosion popping through. Professor only with a flash and a couple of bullets in hand. Whiffs it. Has to go for the knife. Manages to get it somehow. Hoping that this drew enough of a rotate because of their indecision. Sinna, though, gonna spot them. Needs to be the anchor. The TP out into position. Sinna manages to win, though, regardless. Gets another in the nick of time, though. Rises beyond the occasion. Back sight here. Just waiting for a timing. What are we? Pops out of the ultimate, gives a freebie for the ultimate, and Azuha is gonna grab one on Mystic. Another pop of an ultimate as well. We see all of the util dumped. Mud in the water as we try to look through it here, but the crawfish are just gonna be scrambling. Somehow, the defensive line is able to get in, and it's back on Sinna, being the timing. Comes on through, doesn't know there's one behind. Still, somehow, the defensive side wins. Dimensional Drift up and active. Still. And they were playing their numbers so well here, it's leaving just Azuha with a shotgun to the face. TA is gonna take it. call it Summer Splash?
Why do they call it Summer Splash?
Because it's during the summer. It is like 90 something degrees in my room. It is getting hot, not only on the server with a 12, 13, and then 14 and 14, 12 overtime immediately, but also with the swap ups that we have here at Summer Splash. Because that's not Kevin. Oh wait, wrong way. There we go. That's not Kevin. We have Avi on the desk. That's not Kevin. We have Avi on the desk with us. Welcome back if you're just tuning in. This is Summer Splash Valorant edition. Prizing provided and brought to you by Turtle Beach. So huge shout out to them and the rest of our sponsors that you guys should go check out. But my name is Nerds, but I'm not here with our previous partner. We're here with Avi. And it's always nice to have a fresh new face. But I don't know, did you catch a glimmer of the previous game?
Actually, I did. I saw a lot of, good plays happening there. A lot of noise being built with Yoru. It's like, whoa, like, one round could be going one way and then the next round it's like going the opposite way. It's actually crazy, how that last match went.
It was wild. It was basically a double duelist composition versus a more common comp that we see on Lotus. And now, from what I can tell, I believe we're going to be going on to Sunset. So close to our home ground here, at least my home ground here in California. But other than just going to Sunset, what are your thoughts initially on the map?
Well, Sunset, if I'm being honest, Sunset is up there. I really like the map. It allows for a lot of different plays to be made, whether it's taking control of mid or just going straight through like A main or B main. There's a lot of room for plays to be made. And, especially with team comps too, I feel like there's a lot of, variety when it comes to team comps. I've seen Tejos in the team comps before, even like
Tejo?
just like a Cypher. Yeah, Tejo.
Dude,
Tejo can
right
easily like clear
crazy. I would love to. You know what? I would love to see a Tejo. Because give me the old like G2 play Tejo on every map. Give me Breach Tejo Neon Sunset. Breach Tejo Neon Gecko Sunset with Clove. And then just run it down.
I know,
right? No Sentinel. No nothing. Triple Initiator. Run it down. No one can see it. I doubt that's going to be happening here. I doubt that that's the solution, but whether it is or isn't, this game has been heating up, right? Like we're talking about the level of competition, and throughout each of these matches, they're progressively going to get more serious because this is going to be round number 2 of the round robin stages. I think hopefully we'll have production give us information on where they are at, whether these teams are 0-1 or 1-0 in their round robins respectively. Oh, we're getting word that I believe it's Calvin that's 1-0. We'll get more info. Cowboy Powers? Well, we will find out the correct name when we get to the stream because I cannot hear them while yapping. Regardless, we're going to find out more about their standings in a bit. But that's going to change the stakes of the match, right? In a round robin, your goal is Swiss is win by 2, you go out. Lose by 2, you're out. In a round robin, it's just as much as you can win, right? If you can win 3-0, you're going to be at the top of your group heading into the playoffs, I believe tomorrow and after tomorrow. So those are the stakes. That's the stage set. Now, back to the Sunset talk and conversation. We lied. It is not Sunset. I saw Sunset this entire time, and I just fully lied to you. It's actually because I'm D1, gaslighter. Top of my school, actually. Top of my school. But we actually don't have Sunset. We have a different map. Do you know what it is, Avi?
So we've been playing on Lotus. Sorry, I know I had a brain fart, but yes, we've been playing back on Lotus. So on Lotus, you get 3 sides. Yes, you have A, B, and C. A lot of variety it could be played. It's like even 3 sides. One of my favorite agents on Lotus is actually Chamber. I love seeing a Chamber on Lotus be able to have hold those aggressive angles, get in, get your one, get out. Even just an opping Chamber, that could be powerful, locking down just areas of the map and just be able to hold control.
Give me 2023 Kong. Just. Back in the El Diablo days, Demon 1 frying people in Champs LA when Sunset first came out. But we're not on Sunset, we're on Lotus. Listen, the reason I'm sad that I will say, I'm actually sad because I don't like seeing back-to-back maps. I would like to see some variety here. At least it's not a scent with the default composition for both teams. So we hopefully will see something different.
Hitting on a scent.
I hate a scent. Collegiate Valorant has desensitized me to Ascent. I can't be a fan. But right now, I think we are getting more information. I don't know the game. I think we're waiting on the game to start.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Well, if there was an ideal agent you would play on Lotus, who would you play? My pick was Chamber. Who would you pick?
All right, ready?
Okay, let's go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Hey, we
Rock,
got it. We have to have a victor. Rock,
Wait,
paper,
this is
scissors.
wait, this is so bad.
What do you mean?
I got you.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, wait, let me look this way.
Hey.
Okay, there we go.
Rock,
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot.
shoot. Ah!
Yeah! I'm not losing my mind.
Run it back. Best of three.
Best of 3? These are best of 1s. It's a group stage.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
No!
I'm the goat.
You're the goat.
I might be sweaty because it's 90 degrees in this room, but I'm the goat.
You know, it's
Dude, it
crazy.
is-
I'm having the opposite issue. It's cold in my room.
Damn, you got AC? That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, folks, I think that right now I'm going to just say that we're going to throw it to a break, considering that there's not much else to discuss. It's going to be Lotus. We'll see you guys shortly, and we'll talk a bit more about the standings and the teams when we come back.
This is a legacy. All of you running away at the speed of light. It's like a force, but it's taking over me. Taking over. Taking over. Taking
That sure was a fast break.
Wow, I know that was really
Wow.
quick. Whoa, I know.
Whoa, we're back already here for Summer
I know,
Splash
that's
5.
crazy.
I honestly, I
good.
wouldn't be surprised if everyone went and got popcorn because that's what I'm going to be doing in a bit. But welcome on back, everyone. We are here. We have Lotus. I'm
I know,
disappointed.
back on Lotus.
Regardless, to answer your question from earlier, I think Yoru is one of the strongest agents on not only Lotus, but generally speaking, all of them. And speaking of Yoru, we're going to be heading into the agent select here for Lotus, as the production literally said that before I could even say that, considering that was literally my bar. I'm actually mad. How dare you steal that from me? Jokes aside, chaos aside, that is a bar and a bop because we have Boba Pop as well as Cal on the enemy side. For Boba Pop, they are currently 0-1. For Cal, they are 1-0. So Cal looking to continue their dominance, and Boba Pop looking to pop that bubble and get themselves the first.
Yeah, so from the team comps right now, it looks like it's gonna be a default team comp. You know, you get 2 duelists, you know, 1 initiator, 1 sentinel, and just the smokes. I'm being honest, I think I would prefer an omen on this map. You know, having a clove, you have that ability. You know, some people call her a duelist. You know, for having her pick me up. Oh, sorry, them, right? Yeah, clove, you know, calls them a duelist because of the pick me up. You know, you take your ones, you know, get your you know, one and then get out. You know, with clove, and then with omen, you also have like, you know, the paranoia to, you know, execute on site and just be able to, you know, just really like pressure the enemies and just get on site and just plan.
I'm gonna agree, right? Cal is going to be 100% playing hyper aggressive on the attack, and even on the defense, they're gonna be really just aggro taking space. You can also see that in the agent select of the Vise, because that's a very active dual Sentinel, especially considering that you have that flash to allow the support of the rest of the team, especially when it comes to retakes. They're gonna have a lot of firepower. On the flip side, for Boba Pop, they are playing a lot more conservatively. I think the Breach Fade has been consistently prevalent here alongside the Raze. They have a lot of setups for trap plays. Paranoia, Raise, Pain Shell, Tether, Stun, all of those pieces of utility can really work together for Boba Pop to try and kind of trap the hyper-aggressive duelists that we see on the other side. So it is really going to be a battle of is the prey fast enough to get away from the hunter, or is the hunter going to lay the trap down before the prey can bite and become the hunter themselves? That is going to be the question here today.
All right, here we are. We're in Kali Powers on defense and Boba Pop on attack.
Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff.
Could have a drop.
All right, so this looks like from the opening, you know, just getting set up. Not much is happening. Just, you know, everybody's getting ready for the match that's about to unveil.
It's looking like a bit of a stack towards an empty C site, right? For Cal, they're probably playing a lot more exec heavy in terms of retakes, whereas for the side of Boba Pop, they're very much looking to just take fights towards C and B.
Oh, for sure. They're looking to, you know, take complete control of the left side of the map. They really care about Robo at this point. You know, stun onto Mound, cleared out. They have that space. And then,
Stain just walks up, expecting no pressure from B early on. I think they tried expecting a read onto A aggro, but it is going to be C instead. Cal, Army, not strong enough. You might bring your soldiers, but unfortunately, 7 nations are here. Goat, though, rising up to the occasion and living up to the name as they continue their fight forward. 2v2, low HP, pick me up, and the double tap can both be active here, but down in the 1v1, Dadston has the advantage, slowly dwindling away, catches the timing, but shots disarray until they lock themselves in. Dadston picks up the first for Cal.
The first round goes to Cal, you know. ISO barely on 11 HP, makes it through, pulls through, catches the Vice off guard, and, you know, takes us into the next round.
Just looking at the replay. Goat, again, living up to the name.
Now we win. Retrieving wall.
A second round starting, you know, Boba Pop looking to open, you know, wide open, you know, almost like a default, or rather not. They're going to A now. My fault. They're going to A Robo now.
Mid-cast adjustment. Mid-cast adjustment. You take the play-by-play. You take the action. I'll take the mid-rounding stuff. Right now, it's looking like a 4-1 split. I mean, it makes sense. Boba Pop is generally playing a lot slower, considering that they're on an eco, and they want to take some of the Khalid. Wow, I thought Khalid powers aggression. Khalid is correct, apparently. Yes, I was wrong. But for Boba Pop, I wouldn't really consider them like much of a threat. I would really want them here to just go for ult orbs and try to get the high value play, but I think it'll be very difficult against the weaponry that Khalid Powers brought here.
Taking the some angles, you know.
Spike
Big going down, and then Mar going down shortly after. Omen low HP, not much looking to happen here.
Yeah, and again, makes sense. It's a bit of an eco. But the fact that they couldn't get much value out of the eco is just a bit frustrating, right? They do get one pick out on Cal Goat, but at the end of the day, the big question in my mind just becomes the fact that they couldn't really farm too much in terms of orbs. The closest one to any ultimate right now is Cal Goat, but the rest of the defense attacking side, you know, is as broken down as that replay that the little flyby that we just saw with how pixelated it was, right? They don't have much. Nova's is 3 away. I'm not going to try and pronounce Vice's name, but they're 4 away. And it just means that they're not going to be able to turn some of their ultimates. The best part about being on attack side when you're lower in rounds is being able to turn those ultimates and try to go for those high value picks, which they can't even get considering that Fossey is already down. And at this point, the defense might just continue their roll over and over again. That's a dimensional drift active for Cal.
Spike down.
like,
C.
the red team is not really able to do much. Oh wow. two more members of Boba Pop will be going down. They're getting pressured. They're both low. Quick trades. Slowly pushing up, but Allied Powers has all the space in the map. It's almost just a matter of getting pinched. Slowly pushing up, looking to find where these two people are at. These lurkers. Also while trying to maintain their weaponry, they're trying to lose to trying to lose all their guns. Rather, they're trying to find these two enemies and clean up the round.
At this point, it's just, again,
30 seconds left.
trying to encapsulate these last two players for Boba Pop. I believe they get timeouts. I mean, tournament rules generally allow for those, so I would hope that we can start seeing some teams use them, because I'm losing my
Last
mind
player
if we
standing.
don't. But
Spike
I
down,
doubt that they
attacker
should. They
spawn.
definitely don't need a timeout after this one. I think they just need it in a bit, right?
Right. The dimensional drift will be ready for timeout. Here we go.
Wow.
Wow, I know you caught it.
You know what? Yeah, sure. That's such a reactive type. It's such a collegiate move. I'm not gonna be mean, but I'm gonna be a little mean. It's a very collegiate move. You're on an eco right now. They're probably just gonna reassess. Worst case scenario, you reassess mental stats. Boba Pop was currently down 0-1, so the mental is gonna be super important for them. If they do go 2-0 in their group, they're gonna have to try and go for a 2-2 split, because it is a wait. It's a round robin with 4 teams in a group or 3 teams in a group? Because if it's 3 teams in a group, this is do or die for them. It's 4 teams in a group, meaning that they could go for a 2-2 here, but they don't want to. They need this win to go 1-1 so they can contend with the rest of the rosters. They need to get over the mental slump, and more than all of that, they probably just need to fight for value, which they kind of haven't.
Right. They just really need to start pressuring the enemy team more and trying to find these picks. Be able to balance the scales in some way or another to really get their score up. Get on the scoreboard. Looks like gonna be opening towards Rubble. I don't really expect too much on this round. Just an eco. Let's hopefully get some orbs. Get some value at least from this round, without getting too much value to the enemy team at the same time.
Ooh, nice little setup here, probably coming out of the timeout to a set play of what they're going to do. But unfortunately, to the raw aggression that we see out of Allied Powers, it's just not enough. You have a set play, but you have no weaponry. You have a set play, but you have no follow-up. And at that point, it becomes a question of, what damage can you do? What value can you get? That's really my thought process of like, okay, are we going to see an adaptation out of Allied Powers? Maybe? I don't think the set play was a bad call. I just think that do it when you have better weaponry.
No, definitely. That round they didn't have any guns out. It was all pistols. Almost like going into like a gunfight for knife. It's gonna be really hard. But this round, the balancer scale, the teams, going for full buy. This is when the round gets really interesting. It's just a matter of what can you do as a play and what can you do to develop and get your pick.
I genuinely don't know. Like, genuinely, I'm very much like conflicted in terms of the way that Boba Pop has been playing here, because they're not playing bad, but they're really just going for set plays and like going off of initiator utility, but the follow-up from Breach just hasn't been the same, right? The meta has shifted away from Breach so consistently. Suji Buddy gonna fall, but on the other side of the map, they're gonna go back into it. There it is, the pops come through. The action happening towards B, we're stuck on C, not to call you out, but like, we don't see much that's happening. It's just Army trying to hold things through. Dadston's gonna push in, but there we go. Swap to them. Dadston trying to go for a tear of their own. Gets the kill contract, gonna isolate.
One enemy
and
remaining.
that is gonna hopefully allow Cal. I mean, at this point,
Don't worry.
they just win because Cal Army's gonna push out.
Gun here.
I was just feeling the confidence, just pushing out, knowing that they could hit their shots. They could, run. They could run over, almost like running over the enemy team. It's like, whoa, they have all this confidence. From Boba Pop, we need to look for a round where they could really stomp out the momentum. Really, they could.
I mean,
get their...
I just want Boba. Honestly, at this point, I want Boba Pop to realistically go for a default, right? Work the map. Allied Power's biggest strength is their confidence. Like, the fact that Cal Army went for the fight, which is the low value
just
play,
time to
because
jump.
realistically, you win that, you're the GOAT. You win it, you're the GOAT. You don't win it, you're putting your ISO in a really bad spot. Like, look at this. Cal GOAT is getting hyper aggro towards the B line of just taking an immediate fight, getting out because Yoru can do that. That is just running it down with a shorty. So if you are going against such a hyper aggressive team, let them come into you. And with a 6-0 for Allied Powers, at this point, I will be critical of them. At this point, I will be serious and try to kind of, give my input on it, because at the end of the day, it's just on a macro level. It's either they're inted or they can't see it, which at that point becomes rather rough.
Things are looking grim for
Over
Bubble
there.
Pop at the moment, unless something like a miracle happens. Things are looking very grim. But this is another buy
Over
round.
there.
Money
I
is
hope this one's
extremely
exciting.
well. Money is pouring all over for Kali Powers. And Bubble Pop is trying to put trying to break up the piggy bank and get their buy up.
More than that, they're also playing a little bit slower, I would say. The spike is not committed anywhere. They're going to hopefully try and hold. I'm really looking for this Vice to just hold here and allow Kali Powers to push into them rather than going for an initial fight. Problem is, it's 3 players. Sujabubby's just gonna take them down a notch.
Runs all over.
And this was such an important swing round. You have literally, basically 6 ultimates could have been played here. 1 for Kali Powers and 5 for the side of Boba Pop. But it just doesn't come to fruition. And now there might even be worse. A nice little pinch. Fossey taking advantage of the timings, though, and knowing that, hey, we could be pinched here, as the showstopper does not find value. It can't connect. The team needs to go for it. Pushes on in. 2v2. Ultimates in hand. Boba Pop
Last player
backing in the timings. And there it is. It is just insane, bro.
Will chatter in the cold
This is
and
very
dark.
critical work. It's just they just get pinched no matter where they go. I feel like as you said earlier, they really have to start working the map. They're not really getting anywhere trying to push into site. I think their best play is really try and find something that can maybe get them to try something different almost. We'll be opening wide with Reach going towards Mound, Vice looking towards mid, and 3 towards a Rubble. But Kali Powers reads this and looking to push Rubble. So pushing in aggressively. All this confidence team just up there, just forcing them out of their spawn almost.
I mean, it is just a... I feel like it's just an unfortunate reality of Kali Powers, just literally overwhelming a team that has had a very hard time coordinating with utility off of older meta. At that point, it becomes a matter of, okay, what sort of adaptations can we do?
Retrieving
And
flash.
trying to adapt in the middle of it, but their adaptations have been a little bit slow to pass, and not as comfortable. The closest round that they had just didn't even match up to the rounds that Kali Powers is able to push up. Right, we're talking round 7 here, which was the previous round. It could have easily been
Anyone
won
feeling generous?
by Boba Pop, but there was just a couple of missed errors. I don't really want to say that it's a comms error of where they're looking, because it felt more of like an individual error on the previous round, round 7. At this point, I don't even want to dwell on round 7, because every single round just feels like another stab at Boba Pop. And unfortunately, when you have that little shield of a Boba, you only you gotta puncture it once. More than once, and it starts dripping everywhere, which is what we're seeing now.
Oh.
I'm not even shocked. I'm not even shocked at this point. At this point, you're playing Yoru, your name is GOAT, you have an op. If you don't get at least an ace,
Not bad.
I don't even know, man. They play hyper, dude. Bajuna, Baloney, Vise, they play hyper aggressive. They've literally been challenging you. B made every round.
It's crazy to see how much confidence Kali Powers over here. Fully all 5 was just on C, and now they're trying to find them now. It's like almost this. Where are you now? I'm coming for you.
I just feel like it's a bit rough for Boba Pop, right? Like, they're incredible players. Their aim is on point.
for sure.
I'll never be at that level, aim or mechanics wise. But they're just, the micro and macro have just been completely sloshed, it feels like. And it's just a bit rough. It is just a bit rough. The splash is going to
Last
connect.
player
Players are
standing.
going to land. Goat's gonna get that 3K I was talking about. If you're not getting an ace every round, then are you even deserved to be calling the GOAT? You gotta at least get your 3Ks here. They're really close to turning their ultimates up again, and they're on the defensive side. They're not even playing for ultra. They're just getting picks. And that's the most devastating part about it.
Not bad. I feel like with each pick, there's not really any follow-up from Pop. You know, if you push in and then you get killed, there's no one to trade you or anything like that. You just almost like everyone's playing on their own almost.
Yeah, it's rough, man. And I don't want to beat a Boba when it's down, but there's
you know, I still have
do.
hope in Boba. I still have hope in it. You know, I've lost games before where it's been like a 10-2.
Retrieving flash.
So I definitely, you know, I still have hope for them.
Yeah, but I feel like they need at least one or two on the attack side. A 12-0 attack side on a 3-site map just fundamentally doesn't sit well with me, right? You are playing on the more favorable side against a composition that is really like hard countered for the meta of Lotus. Hey, a rare whip out of Calgo. Unfortunately, the rest of the team comes through. Novus grabs him, but again, it's not going to be as much. Fossey going to have to be the hero. But inevitably, I start believing it's a victory.
Yep, a quick retake by Khalid Powers just sweeps over C. You know, when Boba Pop thought they had free sight, nope. They come back. Khalid Powers just full rush. Everyone's there. It's just, you know, it's just gone. Sight is not theirs, and it's next round already. It's like whoa. And then Boba
anybody
Pop has
here
to
a
break
fan
their
of K-pop
piggy bank
Demon
again.
Hunters? You guys a fan of K-pop Demon Hunters? You know the song like My Little Soda Pop. I'm feeling like right now Khalid Powers is like
I need a drop.
My Little Boba Pop, and they just like smash the Boba. It's just
Not ready yet.
round after round of literally. I don't know if that was my co-caster or the production at this point, but like that was production putting the pop in Boba Pop. Literally, they are like, listen. Fundamentally, they are not doing a bad play. It's just they're getting hard countered and they're having a hard time reading into it. Whether some of the rounds have just been purely luck, other rounds have just been purely mistiming. Like
Raze just tries to, you know, take behind Rebel, but no follow-up by her team. And everybody backs up and
I mean, they
you know,
send the utility out, but it's just mistimed. Like we need to follow up on some of the utility here. There's a Rolling Thunder and a Nightfall available. You don't use any utility. You peek back into an angle, and now the 7 nations of the world are descending at you like an army of Armageddon in pain, jumping around like you're playing hopscotch in 5th grade, and nothing
Last
lands
round
here.
in the half.
It's truly a sandbox of the kindergarten playground that we're watching.
I know this is almost just tragic.
I think my favorite part of this game is hearing production snicker at my insanity.
Spike down B. One enemy
rough.
remaining.
These games
no matter
are rough.
what happens, you know, exactly. No matter, you know, whatever Boba Pop tries, it just feels like Khalid Powers is already one step ahead. No matter what happens, Khalid Powers is ready for it.
I think the worst part is that they've had multiple of these like big ult rounds that really kind of work. Finally, a coordination of utility immediately countered by Dadston just holding in an angle. Stain somehow still alive. Ult dump finally working in Boba Pop's favor. Thank you. We follow up on the utility, just a little bit of time though. A flash coming through at the nick of it. Gets out of dodge. And Khalid Powers is still in a position to win. Still in a position to win. Suja Buddy going huge 1v2 scenario. The literal last thread of hope. We are a spider of silk going up into hell. There it is. Novus brings it back. You have 50 seconds of time. Don't waste it. You can finally change the narrative. You can finally have the puncture of the boba to let the milk tea be free and not spilled on the ground. But Suja Buddy has the read because we didn't plant towards C. We planted nothing. This is going to give full info. Suja Buddy knows. And the prophecy is going to falter here. Peeks out and loses. It's a 12-0 half. Devastating. It's so devastating. My mic breaks. Devastation beyond belief for the side of Boba Pop.
Off your feet! Die.
No, this is honestly really tragic. Things are looking very grim for Bobopop. Nova's almost, had his last hope on that final round to try and get 1.1, get on the scoreboard, but what was it supposed to be? Yeah, the enemy, Kali Power's Club just read the, read the play.
Suja Body?
So is it Suja Body?
Suja Body? Like
Suj Puppy?
Buddy? Bubby? Wait, those are bees?
Suj Bubby.
I
Bubby
love
was just
being
ready for it.
dyslexic. This is my favorite part. Those look like bees for me the entire time. That is, yep, 2 bees. Yep. You would think you would be, I'm not going to say that on broadcast. I'm losing my mind. I'm going to be so real. This has been one of the most interesting games to commentate because of just how insane it's been.
Insane.
Time to jump.
I think the better word is tragic.
Yeah. It's just, there was just rounds that seemed so attainable by Bobopop. I think even Bobopop understood that they were attainable. But you're playing against a hyper-aggressive comp and allowing them to set up on the A site. I feel like this has got to be doomed. It's a matter of the retake protocols. They're going to try and flood 4-stack. They do have good combinations of utility, but they just don't land. And it feels like a moment of unluckiness. Still, numbers not falling in their favor. Bobopop looking distraught. Last player standing. It's back down to Novas. They were the hero of the story last time, but unfortunately through the journey, they could not reach the climax, the apex of their story. And at this point, they are not there. Every hero has to fall. Every story has a dip. But at this point, this has been a dramatic fall into the depths of hell. Can we see someone rise through the ranks, play the Doom music, give me the shotguns? Are we going to be seeing that? Or are you just going to be drowning in the pits of lava? That's the question for Bobopop's story. I don't mean to be pessimistic, but realistically, 13 O's, I have seen like 3 of them in my life. Casted 3 of them in my life, and they are consistently a matter of just slow adaptations. It's nothing against Bobopop and everything for Callide Esports, by the way, who had played their composition perfectly, hyper aggressive when they needed to, and just intense overall.
No, definitely. I think Kali Powers really took advantage, just in the very beginning, realizing that, that Bobopop wasn't as aggressive, didn't really hold angles, didn't really had no follow-up. And so Kali Powers really took advantage of that, just holding their angles. And then when they knew, they knew that they could win their gunfights, so they started pushing out, building up the confidence, eventually having the momentum to really just, steamroll and just roll over them. It's really tragic, really.
And for every time that I get frustrated on a broadcast, for every moment that I get mad about a team losing or not doing it successfully, it's just a matter of passion. I want them to succeed. I want them to be better. So hopefully when they watch this, they will be able to understand, all right, how are we going to adapt? What are we going to change? In what ways can we do something better? GG's to both sides. And even more than that, GG's to the players that had to stick through it, because the 13-0 has got to be demoralizing. And they still have 2 more round robin games to play to keep themselves just barely in line. Now, we did get some news earlier that Callide Esports is one of the top teams in this tournament. So it is a bit rough, but it is understandable. Being top 4 in CVAL does give you a huge edge. Regardless, we're definitely going to be having a nice long break here as we wait for our next game, considering how fast this one came through. The next map is going to be at 7. So we legitimately have 24 minutes. I want everyone to go grab some water, grab some rest, just like I would assume Bobopop is going to maybe get a Bobo, right? Bobopop is probably going to do the same thing. But for right now, we're going to be heading to the break that I was aforementioned. I think my brain has short-circuited, and we'll see you guys in just a little bit.
Razor sharp and luminous. Can't say that I'm not ambitious. And then a surge of adrenaline with an ever-pounding heart. We'll be running, running, out of sight until the night.
Army not strong enough. You might bring your soldiers, but unfortunately, 7 nations are here. Slowly dwindling away. Catches the timing, but she's gonna push in. But there we go. Swap to them. Dadston trying to go for a tear of their own. Gets the kill contract. Gonna isolate.
One enemy
and that
remaining.
is gonna hopefully allow Cal. I mean, at this point,
Don't worry.
they just win it. You're the GOAT. You don't win it. You're putting your ISO in a really bad spot. Like, look at this. Cal GOAT is getting. Their adaptations have been a little bit slow to pass, and not as comfortable. The closest round that they had, what we're seeing now. If you don't get at least an ace,
Not bad.
I don't even know, man.
By her team. And everybody backs up and
I mean, they
you know,
send the utility out, but it's just missed time. Like, available. You don't use any
Down,
utility.
B.
You peek back
One
into
enemy
an
remaining.
angle, and finally working in Boba Pop's favor. Thank you. We follow up on the utility, just a little bit of time though. A flash coming through at the nick of it. Both. We are a spider of silk going up into hell. There it is. Novas bring the stack. They do have good combinations of utility, but they just don't land. And it feels like a moment of unluckiness. Still, number is not falling in their
enemy
favor.
remaining.
Boba Pop.
We'll be running away at the speed of light. It's like a 별거 아니란 말은 그딴 게 뭐냐는 너의 말은 시간 낭비하지 말라는 말은 Stop it 보여줘 너의 carry 무리를 지어 계속해 이어 전설의 기억 때가워지 언제까지 비워 너의 자리 채워 내 순간 잊은 적이 없지 I'm no liar 잠시 떠나왔지만 yeah we on the fire 무리를 지어 계속해 이어 전설의 기억 때가왔지 언제까지 비워 너의 자리 채워 내 순간 잊은 적이 없지 I'm no liar 잠시 떠나왔지만 yeah 보여줘 너의 carry 준비한 이 rising road 지금이 너의 season ho 새로 태어나 보여줘 너의 carry 준비한 이 rising road 지금이 너의 season ho 새로 태어나 싸워봐 너만의 전설 왜 무너져 좀 하지마 걱정 차임 벌어져 조금씩 점점 불태우는 것이 나만의 적성 시작해 전쟁 다시 돌아가도 선택은 똑같아 Where the dogs at 무시했던 놈들에게 보여줘 너만의 번개 성공의 대가 yeah 벌티 꾸준하게 성장해 네가 뭔데 나를 재단해 난 앉아 있어 내 책상에 기나긴 시간 지나 red eye 보고 있어 내 때가 막들인 뒤에 who am I ain't no free anymore 보여줘 너의 carry 준비한 이 rising road 지금이 너의 season ho 새로 태어나 보여줘 너의 carry 준비한 이 rising road 지금이 너의 season ho 새로 태어나 보여줘 너의 carry 무리를 지어 계속해 이어 전설의 기억 내가 왔지 언제까지 비워 너의 자리 채워 내 순간 잊은 적이 없지 I'm no liar 잠시 떠나왔지만 yeah we on the fire
you
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Summer Splash. We are back here with Kevin. I did say Summer Splash. I didn't say it incorrectly. I don't hope. Summer Splash 5 Valorant brought to you by Turtle Beach. They're the ones that are providing the prizing here today, so huge shout outs to them. Make sure to check out the rest of our sponsors, maybe join the Discord and all that other fun stuff. But we got some games, man, and I was like excited, right? You know, the story of the day, Kevin, so far, it's right. We had Avi earlier. We had, the first match was insane, right? It went to 12-14, a little bit of insanity, back and forth. Last match didn't really happen. It was a blur. Reality shifted. Now we're here. Map number 3, game number 3, probably the most exciting one. Teams are both fighting to see who is going to be at the top. We are having a 3-0 match and a 3-0, or sorry, I think it's 3-0. It's either 3-0 or 2-0, but it's basically, yeah, it's 2-0. It's an 0-2. It's an 0-2 and a 2-0 team. So,
Honestly,
I mean, yeah, that sums it up. That sums it up. All right, Kevin, your turn.
I mean, I'm here to see the upsets. You know what I mean? I'm here to see the 2-1s and the 1-2s. That's all I'm here for. You know, seeing the O2 getting the first dub is really all that matters to me. Do we know which team is 2-0?
So
Axos fan club is 2-0.
yeah, Axos is 2-0,
Okay.
and for for the other team, they're 0-2. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they live up to their name. I'm not gonna say their name, but y'all are gonna find out. They do live up to their name, so
That's mean.
it's mean. It's accurate. It's mean. It's accurate. You'll find out in a bit, folks. So stay tuned. When we get into Agent Select, you'll understand. I mean, the teams are ready. We are not going to Lotus, or maybe I'm just D1 gaslighting again here as I throw this oil onto the flame. But I got confirmation from Prod this time that it is Bind and not, in fact, Sunset or Lotus. So, whew, take a breath.
Thank you,
Bind.
guys. Thank you.
Bind. We were ready, and then someone left the lobby. So maybe we'll go to a break. But for now, let's talk about Bind. I personally am not a big fan of Bind, but that's just due to personal preferences. I think as a map overall in pro play and even in higher level, it's pretty chill.
Honestly, yeah, I'm just curious how these teams will work like TPs, because I know you get your fast rotates, your fast slams too, especially in like A, right? You just slam, and then there's B. There's so many like choke points, and then there's so many ways to escape them. So I'm just really curious how like these teams will play. I mean,
it genuinely feels so consistently as such an aim heavy map where you need a lot of coordination on the site hits. And like working the map is really important, right? To try and really sell fakes and good misdirects, which is hard. It's a genuinely hard task to do, because there's teleporters and a bunch of fast rotates on the attacking side. You have to have a clear game plan ahead of time, or you have to have really, really good aim. Right now, we actually also don't have an ETA on the player coming in. They just joined as I said that. So instead of sending it to a break, we're probably going to send it to a map. Their internet died, which gives me so much hope for this match as we head into Agent Select here. And boy, it's going to be interesting. I wonder what we're going to be seeing. Probably Breach, Brim, probably Sky, maybe Breach. We'll find out shortly. And you're going to find out why I was talking about this team being bad. TPK.
I mean,
what a name. I feel genuinely dirty saying it. You know what? I have a perfect solution for this. It is Pookie. There we go. Like, let's be real here. They're 0-2, and their name is Dookie. I think the joke writes itself.
Cinema. You couldn't see the camera. I was doing the cinema.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to see the camera. I need to just sit here and contemplate the reality of my commitment to collegiate esports. Because as a commentator who is VOD reviewed and watches like VC Americas and Challengers and is like, whoa, oh, look at me at my ivory tower. I see this and I'm here like, this is either going to be the most insanely fun game of Valorant to watch, or it is going to be an absolute Dookie stomp on Dookie.
I remember so many like videos of just seeing B get slammed by like 5 different ultimates. I mean,
it's this map. It's this map.
It's this map, right? And not to be that guy, but most these teams are winning because of Yoru. And you're looking at it, there is a Yoru in play. So you're talking about fast like rotate and you have a Yoru. I mean, yeah, that's just free. You just rotate and run away. It's especially a Yoru, so I'm super excited to see how I'll call them. I don't want to say their full name, so DPK. I'm curious how to see they'll.
Oh wait. Let's time it. Do it in start saying it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Dookie Pookie.
Ah, we missed it. We missed the time. We missed the timing. I didn't think you were gonna say that fast.
I heard one, and then it's Discord. I'm sure we would have done it in like if we were in person.
You know what the correct answer to that is? Is you don't actually. So like every time I swear, right? So if I'm about to say something like F or S or something like that. So instead of saying the swear word, I just go and then I press the button. So instead of actually saying, I just go, you know what I mean? So it sounds like I'm saying it, but I'm not saying it. Unlike Dookie Pookie, who hopefully does not the bed. I literally
We'll see.
Listen. I was asked at the beginning of this broadcast if I would bring the bleep button out, and I said no. That is unprofessional. And then I realized, wait a minute, we're not in a professional setting. Oh, I'm losing it.
Calling our production team unprofessional.
No, our production is professional. These players are just playing with the team called Dookie Pookie.
They chose the name, so.
Yeah, you can't really troll on them for that one, can you?
Nope.
Okay, let's hope their strats aren't different. Pistol round isn't too much of a saying, but considering that AFC has an AFK, they could be pulling a Sonder. Yippee, baby. That nobody understands that reference. It's whatever. I think there's gonna be a tech pause after this. But if DPK lose this, I don't think they are going to lose this though. They have the numbers advantage going into this. And at this point, it's just going to be a matter of Axo's fan club trying to salvage whatever they can. At the very end of it, though, highly doubt. I'm not going to lie, highly doubt that AFC will just let this go without a tech pause.
Dizzy's up top.
It's looking
Dizzy has target.
How is this winnable? How is this winnable?
One
Wait a minute.
enemy
Snow
remaining.
Winter finds a 3K. Why are we switching off of them?
Snow Winter! Oh no!
I'm sorry. You know what? Have fun casting this. I can't, bro. I can't. You have a team playing with a player down. How can you play so like they are a player down? No, they have to take a tech timeout. This has to be a tech. This has to be a tech. Like this is because just for the respect of the game. Like it's not a tech pause.
If it's not a tech pause, something's going wrong.
Someone in production, please just tech pause it. There we yippee, baby. I'm losing my goddamn Dookie marbles over the fact that Dookie Pookie in a 4v2 got 1v4'd by a Yoru while Gecko defused. That's my face right now. You can switch to the camera and you will see me impassionately yelling at my screen like a psychopath because thank you. Like, what did we just witness? Like, no, like there's just to break it down, Gecko floods in from main and then we have Yoru just taking every fight.
And winning. I mean, they're giving them ones. I think the Dookie Pookie's taking their ones, and it's like, oh, I mean, haha, right? But now it's Snow Winter with the 4.
Well, I mean, I will say, off the initial strats for Dookie Pookie, I don't want to be pessimistic against them. You know, I've reformed from my previous match where I was just, rage baiting the entire time. Let's be a little realistic. Dookie Pookie had a pretty solid setup. It's a pistol round. They got one tapped in the head by a ghost. There is a lot that could still work with Dookie Pookie's strategy and strat call, but for DPK to consistently be able to win out rounds, they cannot be outdone by a hero play. Because let's be real, AFC, they probably would have lost that. It was a hero play. It should have honestly been a round rollback, if anything, so it was a 5v5 pistol strat. But they just won. So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I think that Gecko Flash hit 2. If I wasn't too sure, but it hit the people in the
Honestly, no clue. Could not tell you.
Didn't matter. Snow Winter clears, I guess.
I guess they do. I guess they do. Now it's going to be another fight out here towards A shorts. But it's going to be called, right? They hear it out of showers and they understand, okay, well, if they're going to be going towards showers, we're going to try and wrap up into them. Loaf is going to be sliced up, and unfortunately, loaf sliced up becomes a slice of bread. The timing not found, and Snow Winter just showing them the storm that can come a-brewing here. Long range is covered, short range as well. They're getting aggro with an outlaw, because why not? It is DPK on a pistol.
Mario jumping around, getting these picks for free. Nothing really too much to do there. Nothing really to do there. Just had a
Spike down A.
It didn't turn out super well. round for Access Fan Club. Going into this round, no. I think maybe that Showers play was really good for them. So
I hope that they can coordinate a little bit better on this attack side, considering that I would even say this is a favorite attack side map because of the fast rotates, but and defender aggression has just been so solid here out of the side of AFC, right? They've been very consistent in terms of being able to understand, right, where we position ourselves. And they're still on this sort of fractured buy that we've seen a couple of times out of them, right? They're confident that they can win some of these fights. And I mean, you can even understand here, right? Kelzium has just been frying some of these players. Angel goes up a little wide. Oh, Juji on the backstab yet again. There it is, 3-2. Dookie has yet to get the spike down. And for DPK, that was their win condition. This was their buy round. They should have had the weapons, the numbers, the advantages, but they faltered. Just to a bulldog in hand of a good spray down, and unfortunately, that's all that it matters. Ward Lover now needing to take that engagement against this Brimstone. If they can, that could be a very solid coordination. Yoon still waiting for Juji to just
30
peek
seconds
this.
left.
Juji does
Last
not need to
player
peek this.
standing.
They just need for that attacker aggression to come through. And now that it's down to the 1-3 on the board, it's a matter of timing or an insane heroic play. Oh, catches onto the first, knows the position to the second, but the high-low is just too strong.
Calcium with the whole, I mean, just denying the bomb plan and everything. And I especially really like their Showers hold too. They just isolate the short there.
Spike down A.
Jugi to walk up and get a pick for free. Really not going. Maybe DPK take space evenly. I think that their best shot is to maybe take more of that shower space. I don't think this full either full commit short and just run out together. They can't really pick out the site normally, so they just have to be patient and see what picks they get.
See how it goes. I mean, eco round farming here, right? If you're Juji in this case, you're laughing at the fact that that Bane Shell just broke your trip, you know? That's still rather solid here. This fight comes through. Snow Winter's just going to be cleaning house here. Snow Winter wants to get their ultimate here. They're just... Yeah, just take all the kills. So then Raze doesn't get it all. Yeah, dude. Raze rocket, useless. You need dimensional drift.
I mean, what can you do? It's just two people just running it down Puka, taking all that space. I mean, you can see both of them running it down.
One enemy remaining.
I mean, it's an eco. It makes sense. It's understandable. This next round should be a bit more exciting with the buys. Something we haven't talked about that is a little bit going for the Astra. I think Astra is pretty solid here, especially if you have like really good individual coordination. Just double flash, double peek, triple stack, Uka. Truly out of AFC, they're like, all right, we're just gonna fight and insert players, right? They fight, take the space, don't need to worry about much else.
Just looking up, and especially like Raze just needs to take the time, especially after the hookah play, and they just instantly leave. Now you just see Gecko on himself on B. I'm starting to think Gecko might have like a small read that it's silent B walk up. Yeah.
I think you back here. I mean, the TP comes through. Snow Winter gets another. And for DPK, they really just are getting
Spike down B.
thrashed at this point. They're getting thrashed. And speaking of thrash, one away for Gecko here. Takes the fight. Juji grabs it.
These rounds are just so like good. I will admit, I think DPK definitely had some idea of, you know, just making sure that the other team uses their utility. But it's just not enough. I mean, Zeke still back sight. It doesn't back up because of the confidence of Snow Winter. It's really scary to just think about. I mean, if anyone can just stay on the site, then, you know, we have like Astra with that. Who knows? maybe stun the site or something.
Spike
And
down
there's
B.
another. I mean,
Oh, there we go. A little bit living up to their name because they just got a little bit.
that again. So
There's the commentary. That's your commentary.
I'm speechless because
Spike down B.
Bro,
we-
at this point, I stopped watching the mainstream. I just am watching the observer feed where they're talking in the chat. Hey, can we have one round?
like they DPI pivoted to a different site,
can't,
didn't
bro.
work. DPK Wait still gets killed.
Just,
What can you-
it's just. I can't, bro. I can't. They're,
I'm speechless right now too. It's just really hard. But it looks like look at the shower space too.
I mean, they're gonna. This round is just kind of over unless DPK like just gets the most insane read, which they don't. And now it's
Spike
2 down.
A.
They have yet to stop
Last
this player
player
finally, but Snow Winter's there. Like Bucky Barnes, just every single time he's there. Should I order? Ah, man, I'm like debating on if I get a salad or pizza at this point.
Salad and pizza
UIB
from where?
fan.
Where are we talking?
Actually, wait, I
do
can
that.
just make a salad. I think I have some lettuce left over.
Mm,
I was just gonna order like a part of me is just like I should go to In-N-Out, but then I'm like In-N-Out's expensive. I have a
No, no,
probably
you-
just find a cheap pizza.
you wait,
Sometimes.
What's your order in and out?
Double animal protein. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I had a coupon for pizza, so my brain was like, do I just make a salad or do I get pizza? I think I'm just gonna make a salad, bro. And if you're wondering why the casters are talking about this, is actually because this has been a salad of a game. Chopped, dressed, and shipped.
In and out like a nothing burger or just
True. Yes, Kevin. You know
Yeah,
what? I'm just happy. I'm just happy you're doing bits on casting. Like that's 90% of what I do is just run a bit while I cast.
We're learning very little, okay?
This is how-
I'm picking up.
You're learning casting very little, not because of the quality of the teaching or the ability that you have in terms of casting. It's 100% due to the game quality. There has genuinely, unfortunately, I haven't really seen too much of macro strategy until right now. And to talk back about the game and less about me yapping, there is a bit of macro strategy. You have a setup towards a B lurk with a nice walk up towards short. Problem is a huge ult round. DPK needs to get super pop aggressive here, but they haven't been able to.
I've got
Because
your
of the lurk
trail.
walk up here, it's not been maintained. This
enemy
Gecko is able
remaining.
to get free value. They didn't leave the lurk of Low, who was their lurk player towards Hookah for the fight here. Do you understand that on a macro level, they are not working the map and they are not maintaining the space that they get? That is why I am frustrated. I am frustrated as an observer because you have Loaf who has walked up towards the B Hookah line.
I've got
They have
your
maintained
trail.
the space. Has not cleared Hookah.
enemy
They
remaining.
don't wait for the Seekers. They fight into U-Haul. Or into Hookah. I'm losing my mind. And I think they are as well because they take the time out. I pray that they go for a fast pop here of some kind. Either a fast pop or just working the map to some degree. They have a showstopper. They have a null command. They have a neural theft. Like,
Astral too. I mean,
the reason I'm getting frustrated, Kevin, is because I want this team to succeed. As silly as their name is, I hate seeing blowouts like this. Genuinely, I think the talent on DPK is infinitely higher than what we're seeing, but it's just not coming together.
yeah. I mean, we have like Astro Wall, and you know we could try to be hyper aggressive, especially with our like Nightfall. If you really want to go in deep, we have that, and then we also have the Showstopper. There's so many like ideas that just need to be flow out. It's just not enough.
No,
And, you know,
it really isn't. It really isn't.
And Axel's fan club is just so confident. I mean, Yoru, Raze, running it down from B, clearing all
Raze,
of A
give 'em
main,
hell.
just clearing them out. Even if it wasn't eco, they could probably do it in any run regardless. And again, they swing out. So
All we need is one, baby. You know what? All we need is one.
oh, that's
Oh! No.
not what I cursed them.
Okay. All
I
right.
said something I shouldn't have said.
Yep. Back to the status quo. Okay. I mean, it's a 3v3. There's a showstopper and an Astral Wall. They don't have the spike. They need to recover it. That's the big issue here. I mean, they're gonna walk straight into Zeke. Straight into Zeke. And for DPK, this is borderline a death sentence. Yoon grabs them. Back down to the 2-2. There's a gun in World Lover's hands. Please, come on through. They can't win it out. And you want to believe in the underdog. You want to give them hype. You want to be like, yes, you can bring it back. But it's just too far.
Oh, I was so excited for 1 second, and then I just look at Jugi. I was like, oh, this is not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see some hope, but it's looking really hard for DK.
Hey, Grok, what is the chances of this? Yeah. Okay, Loaf is starting to actually. Listen, he's getting that bread. He's getting the kills. Wait a minute. And he's got the info. Hopefully Zeke goes down. This is the first round. Wait a minute. Finally. And they don't have the positioning. All it took was an ace. All it took was all we needed was an ace. And Loaf still dies.
Loaf with the ace, just clearing that.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm this stream.
In this reality.
Hey, look, honestly, 1 on the board. All it takes is 1. You can't deny all it takes is 1. Even if they're 9 down.
True. No. Hey, at least it wasn't a 13-0. It wasn't a 13-0. Well, we have the game back up, and hopefully for DPK, they're back up a lifeline here. And by the way, it was off of the timeout. Now that we can actually get back into real casting in terms of just me not being silly. A little bits is going to get another onto Juji balls. So there is a position here. They're playing way better off their utility. Good peek off of it because now Loaf is able to get another. Oh my god, our micro has been fixed. Oh, thank the heavens. Thank God. Dookie Bookie's actually starting to play not only good, decent Valorant, but good Valorant in terms of the way they're layering their utility. And AFC has no recourse into it. They have to go for the Viper Spit to try and get in onto the site. Unfortunately, Nesma, Amnesia is going to be able to get it. I almost forgot how to say that name. It's now just up to this lowly player here for AFC to prevent the second round from forming. But for the likes of DPK, they need this. They want this. They have to grab this. Because if they get the 9-3, there's a possibility, a smidge, a taste of something more that they need to get here. And look at what utility they have for it. Astral Wall, Fade Ultimate, Nightfall, as well as the Raised Rocket.
Thanks.
All of those utilities, all of those ultimates can be so potent in a round like this. Not even to mention the fact that Loaf is 2 away from a neural theft of their own.
I agree, and you know what? DPK, they started to trade like really well. Like Loaf was able to trade when he got his ace, and especially that last round too, just because we were able to trade everybody. So the neural theft could be dangerous.
Oh, I'm just excited to see DPK starting to succeed. We get a good amount of counterplay here. A little bit's gonna feel that pressure though. It's out of Fountain, Snow Winter back to their usual antics here. They are not going to allow this third to form here. Oh, but it could be a backstab. Spray through, finds one. Snow Winter's there. Yoon on the other end of it here. They have to try and lock in. Okay, Yoon is 4 off of their ultimate, which is unlikely for them to get, so I understand Fade planting, but I'd like Fade to get into a better position for this ultimate. It's popped early. Yoon gets some info. That means there's a couple, but they're not going to be able to succeed. Flash comes through. Caps are there as well.
Last player
Nisha
standing.
going huge with the double, but now it's on the back of Yoon to try and bring things in.
enemy
Low
remaining.
HP on one, needs to flick onto another. Wingman comes on through, repositions there. The plant is available. Wingman's not there. You know Zeke's gonna have to stick it. 4 bullets, 1 head. The jump peek's not there. They call the bluff. Needs to lock in. Gets off the spike tap there. The pressure is building, but Yoon can rise to the occasion for everything that Axos fan club tried to throw at Dookie
Switching sides.
Pookie. They still managed to rise through the
Dookie Pookie! Just playing that just 2v4.
One enemy remaining.
is dead. Unwinnable. He's rising up to the occasion here, just repositioning and getting that timing. It's just perfect. Just picture perfect. Just getting drop bomb. So. Woo! And like as you said, now they get a 9-3 or 3-9, so now like what do you like this Viper pick on attack? Well, it just changes the whole play. So now they have to play based on their wall. But with the Astra, you super versatile in the smokes, wall and stun and everything.
Time to hunt.
Biding their time. It's like you.
something finally. And honestly, for the 9-3 to come back, they do need to pick up this pistol for the side of DPK. Believe in them now. They finally got more than one. Yoon's gonna get 1-for-1 traded. That's a good amount of info. Loaf is there on the site hold, but they have a lot of elbow control here. So it's a matter for DPK to maintain their numbers. Low HP on Son of Lucky, and that's gonna be taken advantage of. The B site is one of the harder sites to be able to maintain, right? So for Dookie Pookie, the fact that they managed to get early recontestation and re-clearing of the B site means that this is so solid for them in terms of their defensive strategy. But not to read too far into it, Zeke's gonna get a lucky shot of their
player
own.
standing.
There, a little bit, does the damage. Forward Lover finishes it off. And there we go. I can still read into it, and I'm gonna, at least for DPK. They are doing a better job on the defense in terms of understanding macro and micro strategy when it comes to just being able to hold the B site. Early rotate there was a great call, and I'm gonna call it a great call. Normally, I don't make statements and ultimatums like that, but in this case, DPK needs every little bit that they can get.
I think this versatility of having Astra only and having 2 initiators, even for like the scan, is super like helpful for them because now they have so much information. So now they can raise fade combo here, and they have to respect it. Still gets 1 from that.
Bang.
Nice fade combo on the defense.
And honestly, for AFC, they're you know, this is going to be a 9-5 scenario, so they're not like too far off. But at the end of the day, right, like they have yet to find much in terms of value with these sheriffs. They're going to have to go for a light buy on the next. So I guess they're counting for the side of DPK to not go for it. Son of Lucky is in a very risky spot. Wait a minute. This is such a good... Yeah, I think it does. Such an interesting timing. Rangers finishing up for it. And now Son of Lucky's able to push themselves in. They block off the bench players, so they can't really push into that smoke. That means the plant goes down for free. And for AFC, they can just play this post plant as ratty as they want. Right now, they can test the majority of that A short control here. They're not worried about a pinch, which is weird, but hey, I guess it works for them. They go for the gut call, and that's all that matters here. Timer. Time check is there, and they immediately have to go for said fights, but Helsium is just clean with it. They were the anchor on the defensive side, so the fact that they're able to shoot is no surprise. Ninja, though, pushes in. Zeke is there in the corner. Numbers not in their favor, and there it is. The effort that was all for what? All for naught.
One enemy remaining.
Hey, if you and your enemy are blind, it does, then both of you are blind. You know, yeah. So, what a surprise.
It looked a little funny from that angle. I mean, yeah, just the way. I mean, with a judge and you all just is impossible to take. What can you do? they push into y'all, they just get absolutely destroyed by the judge. And there's 2 people holding the stairs. So. Not too sure.
We'll have to see how this round plays out here, right? The stocks for the Dookie conglomerate have just gone down.
Out of charges.
Gecko flashing on through, positioning a bit rough. Flash out of the Yoru wall. Not gonna catch, sorry, off of the Viper wall, not gonna catch much. Juji balls. Gonna grab onto a little bit.
Planted.
Goes down to the snake bite, and there it is. Those gaps within the individual plays surfacing again here. Loaf, though, has always been clean with it. One more in the smoke. Snow Winters catches the timing. It was an eco. But again, because they lost round number 2, which is a round they should have converted, it's gonna put DPK in a beyond bad spot.
Yeah, AFC's hyper aggression, even though it's on ecos, just really just rattles them. I mean, like they're just super confident when it comes to the ecos and just making sure that everyone gets traded properly. You know, we've seen teams where sometimes they don't really trade too much, so like the hyper aggression is just really.
Where are you? Still waiting.
Ah, man.
And then, yeah, look at this again. You still have someone waiting on
Right here.
showers and then having a lock the door. With this lurk wall helps out really well too. Spots,
I don't think they're gonna be able to capitalize off of that unless they go for the shots. The timing on the recrouch or the uncrouch was just a bit rough. And it's just been an abuse of this A site ever so consistently. Because they know Cypher's not there, they're just gonna keep going there until they get stopped. And I mean, at this point, it's 2 away from it being a full-on stop, and might be 1 away, all things considered. Loaf looking for a corpse so they can pop the neural theft. Gives them a good amount of info. A little bit's gonna go for an aggro play. Pushing into their utility, but the hold is there. They got a little overconfident. Kind of lucky spams through. Yet to find much here. Gonna feel that pressure yet again. Spam is out. They do end up killing a little bit, ironically enough. But the defuse is there. DPK a lot cleaner in their retake.
yeah, I mean, just a little too late there, but I mean, AFC has so many rounds to spare. I feel like they're just unfazed. And then, I mean, looking at ult econ, right? You have like, if you look at AFC, so many, like close to ults, and
That should wet.
somewhat close to ults as well with Raze.
Right there.
So I think you can equalize the game here.
I'll find you.
Try to farm those orbs. This is bet here. And it seems like that's what you're doing, right? Like
Pulling them in.
Raze, just trying to bite out all the utility, and they forced the Cypher rotate too, which is something that they should be doing more since AFC is not faking anything.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
TP on in. Juju's gonna get 1. Go for a little bit more. They are gonna retake towards A, and I think at this point, AFC understood the assignment. Get ahead of the setup. Loaf, though, still crucial in these moments. Nice 3K, but no cigar to the rest of the roster.
Match point.
Surely DPK uses their wall here, right? I mean, stop them. I wasn't too sure if they used it on them.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Hey, at least they didn't get 13-0'd.
True.
True! It's gonna be a nice just little fast setup here out of DPK to try and get ahead of, but they have not been able to do much here. Juji's gonna just send that ult flying. That was the orb we picked up the previous round. It's unlucky, gets 1 more. It's up to Loaf. And they keep this together. That's the first, not onto the second. Adrenaline pumping through their veins. The ultimate is going to fry them. crispy
Attackers
fried
win.
bread loaf.
Toasted. I mean, there's not really a lot you could do there. That hyper aggression from Axos fan club really just showed how strong they are when they're all together.
It's been a very hot day today, and it has been a very cold day for the last 2 of the summer splash. It's a bit unfortunate, but hey,
Man.
it was the group stage. We expect the group stages to be a touch lackluster. We don't expect, though, it's our sponsors to be lackluster. No, they're never lackluster. Huge shout out to Turtle Beach here near the end of our broadcast. Again, for providing the prizing for this tournament, as they are wonderful. And for the games that are up ahead, I'm assuming they're going to be way more of a tight race, considering that we're going to have the top of the top go up against the top of the top and ever consistently fight for a chance to not only call themselves the victors here in the summer, but also get some nice goodies from Turtle Beach as well. And from the rest of our sponsors, huge thank you to all of them for supporting the other various channels here at Summer Splash. Other than my sponsorship obligations, I don't think I have much else to add about Bind. Not only was it a bit unfortunate for DPK because of some of the smaller mistakes, but they did manage to do some really good damage on the rounds they succeeded. They have 2 timeouts, but they only used 1. And a part of me wishes they used another one to try and make this more competitive, maybe get into double digits here, which we didn't get to see. Other than that, that's my piece said. Kevin, what you got to add?
Honestly, yeah, I do agree. Maybe just take another timeout just to address the aggression. Maybe take some retake value with the Astro Wall. I wasn't too sure, like, if the Astro Wall was being saved for like a certain situation or not. Honestly, I just really wanted to see that.
They were saving it for the next game, actually.
Oh, I see.
Anyway.
Maybe
I'm
they're
sorry.
saving it for the Elam rounds.
Oh, yeah. Sure. But I believe that is going to be the end of our broadcast here tonight, folks, if I am not mistaken. So make sure to follow along here at esports at UCD and follow along for the rest of the summer splash chaos that's going to be happening and dive into some video games here during the summer. We're all gamers. We're all stuck at home, but we can all hang out online together and have a fun, grand old time together. So make sure to check out the rest of the stuff. The Discord is flourishing, and I believe there's also going to be some interactivity in terms of team games where you can win some prizes. I think the funniest one is the fact that the Kahoot prizing is a GPU for first place and $10 for second. So you better get locked in on the Kahoots and on all the other fun stuff that Summer Splash 5 has to offer. So that was me, Nerds, and Kevin signing off. Cheers.
Thanks a lot, guys. Oh.
Showers, and they understand. Okay, well, if they're going to be going towards showers, we're going to try and wrap up into them. Loaf is going to be covered short range as well. They're getting aggro with an outlaw because wires. Angel goes up a little wide. Oh, Juji on the backstab yet again. Very heroic play. Oh, catches onto the first, knows the position of the second, but trip, that's still rather solid here. This fight comes through. Snow Winter's just going to be cleaning house here. Snow Winter wants to get their ultimate here. They're just take all the kills. So
Who knows? Maybe stun the site or something.
Spike down B.
I mean,
oh, there we go. A little bit. like just gets the most insane read, which they don't. And now it's
Spike
2 down.
A.
They have bro. And if you're wondering why the casters are talking about this, is actually because this has been a ballad of a game. Chopped, dressed, and shipped. For pop aggressive here, but they haven't been able to. Because of the lurk lock up here, it's not been maintained. This Gecko was able to get free value. They didn't. Oh! Oh! No.
Not what I cursed.
Yeah. Okay. Loaf is starting to actually. Hey, listen, he's getting that bread. He's getting the kills. Wait a minute. And he's got the info. Hopefully Zeke goes down. This finally. And they don't have the positioning. All it took was an ace. All it took was I'm to try and bring things in. Low HP on one. Needs to flick onto another. Wingman comes on through. Repositions there. The plant is available. Wingman's not there. You know Zeke's going to have to stick it. 4 bullets, 1 head. The jump peek's not there. They call the bluff. Needs to lock in. Gets off the spike attack there. The pressure is building. But bro, at Dookie Pookie, they still manage to rise through the
Dookie Pookie.
timer. Time check is there, and they immediately have to go for said fights. But Helzium is a little bit more. They are going to retake towards A, and I think at this point, AFC understood the assignment. Get ahead of the setup. Loaf, though, still crucial.
Alright, see you later, buddy. See you later, buddy.
That's a good one.
Nice.